And as usual, I flip it over as soon as everyone says they're ready. Hello, Jen.
Fuck you.
In pure Malkavian fashion.
God damn
And
it.
tonight, with a guest of Victor. So,
Yes.
everybody, this is Rep RPG's show, Blood in the Bayou, our Vampire the Masquerade, 5th edition, greatness, and big ball of chaos. The content warning is posted in chat, but I'm going to read it again for you guys. This is Mature Audience's live show. That means we're going to deal with tough topics. We're portraying vampires who have left their human lives behind, and with that, a dose of their humanity. Expect that they're going to make some bad decisions and deal with difficult themes meant for an adult audience. These themes may include, but are not limited to, body horror, murder, gore, extreme emotional situations, and graphic imagery. Remember to not hold these actions against the players, our lovely cast tonight, but the characters they are playing. So, our story takes place in New Orleans, post-Katrina. A year is roughly 2019, 2018-ish. Because it's pre-COVID and it's really easier to set up that way than trying to explain why everybody's on Bourbon Street with no masks and does COVID affect vampires and all the greatness. Here on Rep RPG, you can find all types of greatness. Siren, take that away and tell us what type of greatness we can expect.
Hi, hello. Welcome to Rap RPG. If you haven't been here with us before, my name is Pixie. I'll be your cruise director this evening. Here at the Rep, we play all sorts of tabletop role-playing games. But we are mainly a D&D channel. Our flagship show, Disasters and Danger, is our high fantasy 5e written world created by Mr. Cody Stone, who is down beneath me here tonight. Yes, Cody's playing. Well done. You can see Tristan. Great, good. And we do run a bunch of other types of TTRPG games. We have been known to play test one-shots and new systems, and we are about to launch into season 2 of our D&D PvP, which is going to be a great time. And bonus, the signups are now live. I'll drop that link in the chat shortly. But if you want to help keep the dice rolling, we have a Patreon and we do have a shop. So go nuts, folks.
And so, wow, everybody's different than last week. Okay, so Matt, who plays our lovely Jace, who helps all that magic happen?
I wonder if you wanted to get anything and everything your little nerd heart desired, like dice or little pins, or hats or shirts, where could you go? I think you could go to our friends at The Critical Dice. You can get anything and everything that you want that is D&D adjacent accoutrement, whether that, again, be like cute little pins that we got as gifts for the show, or really cool dice that we got for the show. You can go over there and you can buy it all for yourself. And I realize that whenever you go over to that shop, you are going to put one of every single item in your cart because it is all just so lovely. And so, anticipating that, we were able to bargain with Jason, the owner.
We worked so hard. It was an arduous
battle of wits.
Yes.
Battle of wits, and we managed to get you 20% off of the entire store. So whenever you put at least one of everything in your cart, you can save a decent chunk of change and you can support the channel while you're doing it. So be sure to use the link that was in the chat to be able to save yourself that 20%. Now, you are going to see something on the website that you were not able to get a discount on using that code, unfortunately. That is their monthly subscription, the Endless Dice subscription. And unfortunately, you can't save 20% on that. However, what's better than 20% off of something? 50% off of your first month's subscription to that service. So be sure to use Rep RPG anytime you are signing up for your Endless Dice subscription. And the first month that you subscribe to it, you will get 50% off of your box. So be sure to use that code and use the link in the chat to save yourself some money and support the channel while you're doing it. Ding.
Ding. And another way you can support the channel, specifically this month. Oh, it's lovely September, you guys. And what we're going to do for tonight and next Thursday's show, every sub and gifted sub will add to the Boon Pool or the Beast Pool. That means if you gift a sub with that, not only you're supporting the show and getting lovely emotes, you are also contributing to the atmosphere and we'll call it adventure that these lovely kindred are going to go on tonight. Tristan already starting off the bat with 5 gifted subs. So for every one, you get to decide whether or not you want to aid the players with a boon, or aid the storyteller / me and the world with a beast dice. Boon dice will help them roll with a larger dice pool. This is a D10 system, unlike D&D, which is a D20 and plus dice system.
Which is an all the dice system, and unlike Shadowrun, which is a every D6 in the world system, and it can go to hell.
So let's say that one of our players is trying something a little bit out of their wheelhouse, but they're the only one there that can do it. If you help them out, they have more dice to succeed. But if you give them to me, it might make the challenges a little more difficult, even if the specialties are in their wheelhouse. So, thank you guys for your love and support. Tristan, let us know every single time you guys donate. Just go ahead and follow that up with a boost or, a boon or a beast. I know Tristan usually likes to rule in my favor against the players, but we'll
Tristan likes to fuck over Matthew specifically.
I mean, ding. Ding. I will 100% take that. If you haven't watched Vampire the Masquerade before on any of the other live streams done by a variety of hosts, ours is a little bit different. We focus more on chat interaction and storytelling, where a lot of Vampire the Masquerades are very deep and dark. And while we have those moments, I like to pull my players back up and then thrust them back under the water. It makes for lovely storytelling, in my opinion. So the boost dice, sorry, I'm going to keep doing that all night. The boon dice and the beast dice, formerly known as boost as a whole,
or the bean dice,
they allow that. They allow for truly things that take out of my control, take out of the player's control, and give you guys a little bit of control of the storyline. A little bit. 3 boon, 2 beast.
It's all an illusion.
So to welcome Cody, we have 3 boon dice and 2 beast. And
thank
Commander.
God we have a guest. That gives us some boon dice.
Cody, thanks for being here. You're gonna save us.
And a hype train is close.
In my camera.
So,
Fuck.
Commander, would you like to donate in the player's favor or in the world's favor? That's all we need to know. And as we go, you guys are going to be able to help this out. But we need to meet. I'm all for making the players safer. How do I do that? Well, besides having me as a storyteller,
we can clearly said suffer.
Yep. We are going to go ahead and toss that to the beast. Thank you guys so much. So now that we talked about the show and who helps the show run and a little bit about the show, let's talk about who's going to be in the show tonight. So from my left to right, we're going to go Siren, Gem, Victor. Actually, we're going to leave Victor for last. Jace, and then Victor. So some people that you know, and a surprise guest tonight. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and who's your daddy and what does he do?
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm playing the Tori Adorable Rocker Chick Siren. I now have actual drums behind me. Thank you, Megan, for that. You can gift subs without swaying the tide of battle. Just gift them for fun, and I'm assuming, and or you could give one of each. Just even across the board. I don't know. That's not my job. But my daddy is Vegas. He is a local bouncer at a bunch of the local bars here, and it is a whole time. Yes, Tori Adorable. That's it. Holy shit. Thank you. I'm done. I'm just going to pay attention to the subs being gifted. Thank you.
Commander, thank you for some more gift subs, another 5 bomb. If we get some hype in chat as the players do their introductions, I'd appreciate it.
Meg, you're up.
Sorry, I thought you were still going. Hi, I'm Meg. I put the buy and bite.
Yeah.
And
sorry, in stock, by the way.
Yes. I played Jem, the Malkavian. My sire is Camillo, the Prince of New Orleans. So I'm kind of like a big deal. It's fine. Matthew.
And I'm Matthew. And I'm playing Jace, the button-pushing Tremere. Ooh. And my daddy is Iris. She runs a metaphysical shop. And she's the best all around. But no, really, she's everybody's mom that's probably disappointed in them because they've made stupid decisions, but she'll help you out of it anyway. That's it.
So, Victor, you might not want to tell us who your daddy, who your sire is, or it may not be prevalent for tonight. But who are you on the show, your channel, and who are you playing?
So I am Cody Stone, and normally I'm the person that well, you would have heard that right at the beginning. Run the channel here with Pixie, and just very excited to be joining for some blood and butchery for the evening. So I will be playing Victor, and we shall see who Victor is as this unfolds. There are many questions, some of which I don't have answers to yet, but we'll find them. We'll find them together.
I like it. And Cyllin Fox, thank you so much for that sub. Subscribe to Tier 1 of their own free will and volition, entered into the domain.
And started the hype train.
And we have a hype train going on. Not only do we have a hype train,
Level
it's already
3!
Yes, it's already into level 3. For every hype train level that we complete, so 1 and 2 is already done. We're working on 3. I will add 1 to the boon and 1 to the beast. So thank you guys as we go forward with that. Now, the last session that we had, Addison, our Ventru who wears Versace, Cyllin Fox being amazing. Thank you so much.
I know we asked for Voodoo asked for hype for Cody, for shirtless Cody, for sleeveless Cody, because he didn't know you had shoulders.
Sleeveless Cody hype, 100% hype train.
Yes. Clearly Cody and Caitlin got their tank tops in the same path. This was an accident. This was fully an accident. But we stand no sleeve squad in this goddamn house. Yeah.
Sleeves are bullshit, in fact. So you guys let me know in chat who you would like to donate to, boost or boon, and give me a total as we go on with the story. Or if anybody else on the cast sees that, please let me know so I don't forget it.
Will do.
So last session, Addison completed one of his goals in reparations to his sire. He had made some disrespectful actions in the community. What he perceived as his own machismo and bravado was taken a little bit outside of the norm. Okay, we're taking off my sleeves too. Okay, apparently. Let's do this. So
Matthew, get with the program.
Matt is like, I can't. So he was given 2 tasks. One task has still been yet to be revealed. But one task was, there were some sex traffickers in New Orleans who had come down from Tennessee to find an easier preying grounds, and what they in turn found instead was predators of a whole different caliber than they're used to. So, with our charity giving over $1,000 to Rain, which is still a command, if we could take care of that. Last month, we kind of put that into our game a little bit, and not only did we raise $1,000, we killed some in-game sex traffickers, and that was one of his goals that he had to complete to make reparations, and they did. Now, a few nights have passed since the bloodbath. Tonight, we're going to pick up with some rouse checks. So, Siren, Gem, and Jace, if we could get a rouse check. Good to go?
8.
A 9, so I'm good.
3 beast, 2 bone. Got you. So, with our boost and beast, damn it, our boon and beast dice, I think taken care of. Please correct me if I'm wrong. We come down tonight with everybody already at the club. Now, It's been a couple of days, or sorry, a couple of nights. Days don't exist to you guys anymore, except for a danger zone. It's 9 to 9. Fair enough. Thank you very much. Thank you guys so much for the love and support tonight. It is September. There's 20% off subs. So as we come to the fruition of some of y'all's goals, everyone awakes. No one's any more hungry than they were a few nights ago. And everyone is meeting at Le Save, the coteries' haven. But the doors open, and with that comes the camera, as a disheveled, pudgy little detective walks straight in through the door. And he goes to the bar. Now, who's at the bar? Jem would be at the bar. Whiskey on the rocks, please.
This is the guy, right?
This is the detective
Okay.
that
Just making sure.
is.
Sometimes they all look the same.
One burger looks just as good as another sometimes. So this is the detective that is from Siren's past, that is very interested in seeing Siren now, not only for business reasons, but can't seem to get her out of his head.
So why?
All right. So yeah, she'll get him a whiskey. She also pours a rum and just keeps it on the backboard.
I like it. Fair enough.
Yeah, for whenever he gets thirsty and decides he wants one.
100%. Commander, again with that gift sub for just a ray of sunshine. Thank you for joining us, Ray of
Lanta,
Sunshine.
y'all.
And Commander for that. So he takes it, and he looks like he's just kind of sitting there. He sips it a little bit. He's just looking around. But I turn it over to you guys. If you guys don't want to have a conversation with him, by all means. But what is everybody else doing?
She's gonna text Siren. Your Luna bar is here.
Fuck that nonsense. It's can you I reply back, send him to the VIP room number 2 or whatever, one of the booths that we've kind of walled off as like a VIP area.
Yeah, it's upstairs. Yeah, she'll excuse me, sir. I think the person you're waiting for is up and to the left.
Oh, okay. Do you mind if I take this up there? He holds up the whiskey. Okay, awesome. And he kind of climbs off the stool and kind of does his little straightens up his very Dick Tracy-esque jacket.
Yeah.
Like he looks like a detective because social media and TV for the last 30 years has shown you this is what a detective looks like.
Yeah.
And it's almost like he can't think of another way to dress. And as he walks up there, thank you so much for the level 5 hype train. You guys are absolutely insane tonight. Thank you so much. Make sure you keep spreading the love, and we will keep pinning the story against the players and vice versa.
As he goes up the stairs, she starts playing Hotel California on the jukebox.
I love
And
it.
hears that from upstairs and just and in a fun little, she texts, did you know they wrote this song about the lead singer's wife because it was a toxic marriage and she was a bitch? Caitlin actually knows trivia about Hotel California, like a lot of it. So I was ready for this.
She's like, yeah, ... Also heroin.
Listen, I have a lot of thoughts, and oh fuck, my dinner's here. Detective.
Miss Siren, and then the camera flashes over to Jace. Jace, what are you doing?
Sorry, I think you said this earlier, but how long has it been since our
We'll say
escapades?
2 days. Yeah, it's enough for you guys to recuperate.
Okay,
Kind of.
he is going to be in the chantry.
The Chantry. Okay, doing your
Yes.
homework.
Yes.
Your little
'Cause
magic
there's
library.
there's some things that need some homeworking.
What
if
are
you
you
will.
researching?
I what am I not researching? Passively, I'm trying to see what I can find on the Baron, if
Okay.
anything, in the Chantry.
Okay.
But more importantly, I'm trying to find out what to do about the ghost, because that's two problems.
Fair
and one of
enough.
those is haunting the Haven, and the other is just haunting me.
So what would you like to roll to see how well your research goes?
So I actually have a specialty in research for academics.
You do.
So my thought is intelligence, academics, research.
You also have a specialty in witchcraft, correct?
I do also have a specialty.
Feel free
in
to add
witchcraft,
that
yes.
for the roll specifically on the Baron, and we will consider that the help that
Okay.
Iris will give you because she worships the Baron.
So true. Yeah, that tracks.
What?
Okay. So that's intelligence. And
Did
then
we know that?
academics?
He did.
Now we do.
Did you know that?
Not.
I thought we talked about that.
specific- No, not
No.
specifically the
So-
Baron. I just knew that she was a practitioner.
So as you guys go over this with your own special little secrets between the two of you and a few others
Mhm.
of she lets you know, she kind of guides your hand, and very quickly you realize that the only way for her to have guided your research in this way is for her to be not only a practitioner in various other forms, but a worshiper of the
Gotcha.
Loa, specifically the Baron.
Interesting.
And it wasn't really
Okay.
until tonight that you really confirmed everything with some of the things that you haven't found in research that she just kind of like throws out there.
Sure.
Is not just knowledge that a local New Orleanian would have,
Mhm.
even possibly part of the Tremere would have.
Sure.
It's definitely something that is ingrained in years and years of practice and study.
Fair enough. Okay, so let's see. 3 for intelligence, 2 for academics, 2 for research, and 2 for witchcraft. Okay, lit. And I am no longer hungry since I ate a man entirely 2 days ago. Or does
Ate
that
a man
default?
entirely.
Or does that default back to 1, even though I succeeded on my rouse check?
From now, like it would have been 0 until the next
Gotcha,
rising.
okay.
So you're still at
So
1.
it's back to 1. Okay, gotcha. All right. Please God. Okay. Oh, damn. Okay. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes, 3 of which were criticals.
Was any on the for
not
research?
the-
It doesn't really. I'm not going to give you like a
I mean,
critical success.
Fair enough. But the hunger die was a failure, but
Okay.
it wasn't a crit failure. Like I didn't get any crit failures.
Okay. But you didn't get a critical success either.
I got 3 critical dice, and 2 successes. So 5 out of my 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 5 out of 9 of them were successes, 3 of which were crits.
Okay. I want you to go ahead and roll, since we're doing dice right now. I want you to go ahead and roll for your research into the ghost issue.
Absolutely.
Which you cannot use you can use your specialty in research, but not
but
for
not
witchcraft.
occultism, or witchcraft, 2, so 3 for academics.
Occultism would 100%
2 for
be a ghost.
yeah,
but
I don't
not
have that.
witchcraft.
Yeah, I mean, I do have. It's just that research isn't a specialty for occult, so it's fine. 3 intelligence, 2 academics, 2 research. Okay, let's see. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes, none of which were crits. Nothing
Okay.
crazy on the hunger die.
Sounds good. So with that, we will say that you understand everything that Matthew could find on Google about the
Okay.
Loa and the Baron himself. Anything in regards to practices and everything else like that.
Mhm.
So feel free.
Okay.
With the ghost, however, there's information galore from everything from, pop media, the Ghostbusters,
Sure.
haunted houses, welcome to New Orleans, everything is even haunted, even the porta potty outside, it's haunted.
Yeah.
So the information is going to take a little bit more to sift through from that.
Okay.
But one thing that's pretty certain is don't antagonize.
Yeah.
From Paranormal Activity to Ghostbusters, Skitter, that doesn't really work that well.
Cool.
You do find the schematics for a ghost trap, but you don't believe that it'll actually work.
I might give the schematics to Jem to see what she can make happen.
You do that, and we are going full Ghostbusters on this bitch. You understand that, right?
There's
you
a
get
reason,
that, right, Ray?
There's a reason why I
Show
said
now.
to Jem, not to anyone else.
That's the show now, y'all. And Siren would like to find a way to make music that specifically resonates in a tone that ghosts avoid. I feel like I can help. I feel like I can participate.
Hell yeah. But okay, got it.
So your research into the Baron is particularly fruitful with the help of Iris.
Yeah.
But nothing so far has led you to a why they would reach out. Individually like that, without having given offerings, without having gone through initiations and everything else like that. And even Iris is very taken aback by what this premonition could mean, because you haven't gone through any initiations. You're not African descent. You have no ties to the culture in which the Loa are.
Although, speaking of Iris,
Yes.
Jace is going to pull out. Actually, I don't know if I want to do this in the chantry.
The book?
Yeah. Fuck.
That's the place to do it.
I know, but I'm also worried that it is the exact opposite. It's either the exact place to do it or the exact wrong place.
Give
to
me
do it.
give me a wits awareness, and feel free to use any of these boon dice that you would like to.
I might.
Don't try to get us to use them early. You're going to throw something bad at us.
1, 2, 3. Replace one of those with a hunger. And I will use. God damn, we have 10 of them.
Yeah, you have 10. Feel free.
I'll
Use all of
2
them.
of them.
I like it. Use
Why
2 of them.
not? Or that one came out of the box. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. One of them was a crit, and one of those successes was a hunger die.
Okay. So you use 2,
Yep.
and the beast uses 2.
Ooh.
And you find out, you get the impression that, this place is protected.
Yeah.
Iris is here.
Yeah. All right, fuck it. So he's gonna reach into his little side bag, and he's going to pull out the book, and on the outside it just looks like a introduction to the Lua, right? And he will just kind of at the desk that they're at, that he's been at, he will just place it cover side up, and then we'll call Iris over. So this is the book that, if you recall a few nights ago, kind of jumped out of the shelf.
You said it just kind of jumped out at you on the floor, but I have 100 of these at the store.
Yeah, this one is different though.
Really, you don't say. I don't normally sell flying, but okay. And she sits down.
Weird.
And she just takes a look at it. She just opens it up. She takes it from you and opens it up.
It's not different if a normal person is looking at it, is all I will tell you.
And she stops. What do you mean, normal person?
Well, some of us can see things that are hidden to others, and
sense the unseen. Welcome to the chantry. You can speak freely. And she,
I know,
you
but
see her
still,
kind of her eyes kind of glaze over a little bit and come back into focus. Holy fuck.
Yep.
Did you write this?
No.
Can you read this?
Yes. A couple of nights ago, before we as a group went hunting, I tried to lock it in in my nightstand and put protection on it, and it left the drawer while it was still locked and appeared in my bag.
What did you what did you ward the
I just
nightstand
warded it. I just warded it against ghouls because I think that's the only one that I have. Matthew is checking right now.
It is. It is the only one you have.
I only have ward against ghouls and warding circles.
Good. It'll keep ghouls away. It won't keep regular people away from snooping through your shit. And
it also won't matter if the book isn't in there because it won't leave my bag.
Have you tried it in other situations other than behind a ward?
No, because I don't have a lot of other.
Does it follow you into the shower? Have you ever noticed it popping up in places that it?
No.
Okay.
Not particularly that I've noticed. It doesn't just appear in my hands.
And
she appeared in my bag.
She starts taking a few notes. Okay, so distance might come into question. You did place it behind a ward. Maybe it didn't like that. And then she keeps going down. And as you guys study, she leaves you after about an hour or so.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, I'm going to take this book. I'm going to take it back to, I'm going to go around the corner and go back to my room.
Okay.
And I'll text you if it just decides to go missing again.
All right. I'll keep an eye on my backpack, on my side bag. Okay. You said a name. You said a name that was the signature on it, and I'm dumb and I can't find my notes. Hold on. Actually, I think that it's in my messages with Megan somewhere.
Yeah, I sent you the Google.
I know you did.
Matthew and I don't geek out about this.
No, I'm so glad you did because I forgot to message Matthew and be like, hey, what was that name again?
It was Tandy Sims.
Yes, two authors of various forms of research material on the Loa. Smashed together into one person that for this game.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because Tandy Sims is a real person?
No. Something Tandy is one, and then Sims. Oh, is Tandy Sims an actual
Tandy
person?
Sims is an actual person.
Was a real black man who lived in the South in the early
1870s.
There's so much depth here.
That's
what we're putting in the story tonight. All right,
that's the ghost. That's clearly the ghost. He was a practitioner, and now we're fucked.
They figured it out. You were like, that was not what. Now it is. Now there you go.
Never tell your players you're making shit up on the side.
Yeah.
And so you do. You're left in the chantry as she walks away.
Okay.
So Jace, do you want to go to the bar? Or do you want to go back to the shop, the ancient site?
I want to go back to the shop to just kind of center myself for a little bit and also just stick around the area for a little bit to see if the book pops back. Okay. And then after that, after just 20 minutes in the shop or whatever, I'll go back to the bar.
Okay, so the moment that you get in the shop, you're met with the smell of rum and cigars. However, this time you're met with a stronger smell of cigar, of smoke and heat.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk into the store.
Fuck, I forgot that the store is where the screaming came from.
Make a note of the screaming door. That's rule one.
It's a series wrap on Jace, everybody. All right.
Yep, and
I'm amazed he made it this far, honestly.
Next week, Matthew will be
the ghost of Tandy Sims.
Yes, and Matthew will be debuting a new character. I'm going to sit down at one of the tables and just do a reading for myself to just see what the cards have to say.
Okay. Do you have your tarot cards, or would you like me to do it?
You can do it.
All right, pick me a number between 1 and 3.
2.
2. Do you want to cut or not cut?
Yes, please.
Okay, cuts. 1, 2. Are you looking for a past, present, future?
Future.
Future, just future. Okay.
Just future.
Well, we will do a 3-card spread.
There's no card because he dies.
Yeah.
And tonight we're using my tarot cards and not my oracle cards.
Cool.
So you got the Fool. However, you got it in reverse.
Oh, cool.
So instead of beginning a new path,
The loof.
the Loof, instead of beginning a new path and a new adventure in front of you, doors wide open, you get the feeling that your future might have an expiration date. It's not exactly the Tower card, but there are doors in front of you that are currently closed. And either they are locked and you can go no further and your story ends, or you need to open some doors.
Cool. Tight. Cool.
Okay, I shuffled these. You have... That is...
Don't trust the heart of the cards, man.
Whatever. You got the Magician upright. So the Magician is is the second step along the path of the tarot. 0 being the Fool.
Yeah.
So the Magician is the first out of the major arcana, and not including the Fool. And so it's just weird. I shuffled these before I put them in my bag, like I always do.
Magician speaks to mastery, if I'm not mistaken.
It does. You specifically over, and you get the impression of you have mastered all that you can master at the moment. But there are more things to learn, more things to explore.
Okay.
And it's starting your path, but the Magician is the first person that the Fool meets.
Mm.
And you get the impression when you look at it, this is your deck, but... And then it fades. Man, you could have sworn that looked like Iris.
Interesting.
And then you have the 10 of Pentacles right side up. We're actually going to look that one up because the 10's always going to get me.
10 of Pentacles or coins would be a demonstration of wealth overflowing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a surplus or a bounty of coin or worth. Now, it doesn't always have to be material.
Monetary.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be monetary, but something of importance to you or to others, specifically in terms of wealth. So not knowledge, not emotion, but things that are value to you. Your future has hints of having bountiful wealth in a variety of ways.
Interesting. Yeah, future. Behind all those locked doors. Okay, he will just kind of sit with that for a second, and then I don't have any fucking coffee or cigars or rum on me. He will just go to the nearest coffee shop, get a black coffee, and come back to the shop and put it on the counter.
Okay.
And then just kind of let that be, and then go on over to the bar.
Okay. And then you arrive at the bar.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
you okay? You look pale.
Aren't we always? Isn't that part of the gig?
Good job. All right. So you okay?
I'm not sure. And he reaches into his bag to see if the book is there.
No bag. Just strong smell of cigars.
Oh, what? Ooh.
All right. Yeah, I think it's fine. That's a lie. I don't know if it's fine or not. But we're looking into it, and hopefully it will be fine. Just things are going to be weird for a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Has anything happened tonight?
Yeah. The trench coat showed up. He's upstairs with Siren.
Oh. Well, at least that's probably going well if you haven't heard murder happen.
No, and I think I would hear it with her. She doesn't strike me as the silent killer.
Probably not. Probably not, to be fair.
You just hear Hail to the King playing from upstairs.
That's probably fine.
Yeah.
Can I get you anything? Do you want to sit with the drink?
Yeah, could you get me rum? Just a rum.
You just reach behind her.
Not that one. That
Is
one
it-
can stay
is it-
there.
Like, he's not following us, so the rum's still there, right?
Are you talking about the Baron?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about the ghost?
Either at this point.
The
You know,
ghost liked whiskey.
regardless,
The
because
ghost
you
was a
wouldn't know.
whiskey ghost.
The
I was gonna
ghost
say-
can suck my dick. I'm worried about the Baron.
Regardless, the rum is still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll pour a whiskey too then and just sit it next to it. And I'll pour him a rum.
Okay, thank you. And he'll just kind of very slowly sip on it, I guess.
Are you going
actually,
to-
that's a lie.
Just
I
spit it
forgot.
back
You have
in
to-
after.
Yeah, you have
As
to
I say,
like
you can sip and spit,
So-
or you can rouse. So it's
You're,
fine.
Nah,
you're
I'll
Sheldon
just-
when he tries
I'll
to.
just kind of he'll just kind of like swirl it and sit with it for a little bit. Have you seen or heard from Madison?
Have I?
So a couple things. First off, now that everybody is at La Save, Victor, feel free to even interrupt me to come in when you see fit.
Kick the door open.
But yeah, so Addison told you got a few things to take care of, and then
Got it.
you see like an angry woman face. See you in a few nights.
Oh, yeah. He's fine.
He'll probably be fine, right?
Yeah.
Siren has added to that group chat just essentially emotes that spell out "Yes, mommy."
No,
it's
just put a stiletto
yeah, and then
and then a little devil smiley face,
Pretty much.
and then the water droplets. That's it.
Yeah. Siren just you're Siren. Jem just does like the thumbs up reaction
Yeah,
to it.
And that's all you heard from him. You get the one text,
gotcha.
group text, and it was on the second night. So you just didn't see him last night, and he hasn't showed up
Yeah.
tonight. You don't know if he's
I mean-
Mm-hmm.
coming or not, but he said a few nights.
we had our
Yeah,
post-murder
no
slumber
biggie.
party. We had a
Yeah.
good time. And
You
then,
guys killed a whole bunch of sex traffickers, did the world a little bit of good with your
Well, yeah,
newfangled vampire goodness.
yeah.
The only interesting thing other than that is that Siren, you have received a text from Vegas with just money. Just the emotes for money.
amazing. She'll respond back with money question mark.
That's all you're getting. All you got was money emotes.
Fuck.
But so Trenchcoat Man pops his glass on the desk and says, "It's nice to see you again."
The pleasure's all mine. Have a seat. Let me I'm gonna change the music up over here. So I'll bring you your drink, don't worry. Take advantage to fill that cup from her wrist
Okay.
before she brings it back to him.
No,
Because we're still ghouling.
yeah, 100%.
Process.
This will be his second.
Cool.
So for everybody who's new to the show, this person's come out of Siren's past, looking for her as a private detective on behalf of her parents, and her initial gut
Is he
reaction.
local?
He is not local. He is local to where she is from, but not New Orleans. No, local. She doesn't know where he's staying. Just knows that he's here, and has started the process of ghouling him was her initial gut reaction was to make this man her slave, just like the bartenders and some of the bodyguards. And without even looking, he's like, "Oh yeah, cheers!" And he pours without looking. He pours what's left of his other drink into that one, and then just like chugs it. I swear it's sweeter when you pour it.
Well, that debutante upbringing. I learned a lot of weird things from my parents. How to make the perfect old fashioned, how to serve a gentleman caller. In any case, however, chasing your dreams, which, as you can imagine, is what I'm doing here. So let's talk about my parents, shall we?
I haven't actually talked to them since I met you.
I'm assuming they've reached out, though. If you were regularly sending reports and they haven't heard from you in a while, have they reached out?
No, I mean it's only been about a week and a half since I've been here. It's one of those things where I told them I would let them know.
Don't call me, I'll call you. Very smart.
I've given them enough that they know that I'm not taking their money and running. But they don't know I'm in New Orleans, so.
Well, I think for right now, we should just keep it that way, don't you?
I don't see why they have to know.
Good. So, I don't think we've discussed options.
We haven't. And for everybody, the camera pulls away and it's very, you have rocker, alternative rock chick, and then Eddie Valiant sitting on the other side, who's obviously like very into Siren in a variety of ways. And anybody else would look at that and question it, but he's questioning absolutely nothing at this point. So, kind of laying my cards on the table, I've got to give them information to keep getting money. Now, I followed a trail of wild geese all the way down here to New Orleans.
Yeah, I worked really hard on leaving a trail that was hard to follow, so you must be very, very good at what you do.
I think so. I've been doing it long enough.
And I fucked up and signed my real name on a contract, but that was on me, and I'm not going to bring it up to him. Caitlin knows. Caitlin fucking knows. That's not a Siren thing. So, speaking of which, so to follow those kinds of things, you must have a lot of contacts places, I'm assuming.
I mean, I have enough to find information, find who I need, usually. Like you said, you covered your tracks very well.
Did. Now, what if we gave them some information from one of my previous residents, made it seem like I was still in Savannah or still in Texas or still in...
I've actually been thinking about that. I think it would work temporarily, but the issue comes from what if they let the information slip to one of the other PIs?
But if you made it very clear that if you were not the only one working the job, you were going to stop working the job.
I don't think they would care. They've got
They
enough
would if
money.
we made this a Peter Parker sort of situation where you're the only one who can get photos of Spider-Man. I could let you almost catch me a lot of times.
We could work
And
that out.
if none of them can, you suddenly become very worthwhile.
We can
Matthew
do that.
loves the Spider-Man react. I saw it on his face.
You said Peter Parker. I heard Peter Piper, and I had no idea where you were going
Peter
with that
Parker.
analogy. But yeah, I think we could work that out. I think not to get a new camera, but hey, I think that's going to be your parents picking that up.
I think so too. As a matter of fact, why don't you take a couple of days, write to them, see if you can maybe get in touch with some of the other PIs. Hell, maybe instead of being the only one, you just buy off the other PIs. Tell them to go take a vacation somewhere. If you know them.
I mean, I know at least two of them, The issue is they don't pay me enough to outpay them.
Well, we're working on that too. So
As far as I know, though, the only way that they're going to find out you're here is from the contract. That's when it dings on you that's exactly how we found you. But,
yeah.
I mean, looking up property services nationwide for your name is... Honestly, it's what at least what I first started to do. Nothing. And then when I was at my wit's end, I just circled around from the beginning again. So as long as they don't do that, they actually might give up for better prey.
Well, they might. The parents won't. So here's what I propose. If you can go back through that system and double check that this is the only footprint I left. And then we'll look into maybe changing some of the names here so that doesn't pop up again.
I will 100% guarantee you at this moment that is the only footprint that you have.
Good boy. So then, do you know anyone who can change that information, or do I have to go to my contacts for this? She goes in her head going, Vegas is going to kill me. I don't want to ask for this.
I don't want to speak to what your contacts could have, but we could zero you out, yeah. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we could...
Well,
need some new documents. Whoever you bought this place from, they can be persuaded to input new paperwork in error of the first one. Yeah, we could work on that. Are we talking about a second identity, complete identity, or are we talking about just fixing the footprint?
for now, let's fix the footprint. The second thing we'll lean into if we have to. I don't usually use credit cards these days. I usually don't have a lot of identifying nonsense to my name. But this was a slip up.
Okay.
I just want to get it dealt with quietly. We can deal with the other thing afterwards.
And he kind of like taps the glass on the table and it's empty. Well, do you need anything else from me? Anything else I can do for you? Anything else at all that you need?
The careful ghouling process of like
that a new dick in town could help you out with? You can't ghoul a private detective and not expect a dick joke.
I just how to Kaylin needs a minute. Siren.
Somewhere his ex-wife just woke up and went, yeah, I made the right choice.
Yeah, 100%.
Siren is she starts to roll her eyes and then stops and just looks at the camera behind his head like she's on The Office. And I'm a little distracted by this current predicament, but I'm sure once I'm done, I can think of something.
Sounds like a plan. I'm going to take this down to
Gem,
thank you. And then he gets up and he walks away. And he
come
walks
back in a
downstairs.
week. All right, check in with me.
He walks downstairs and places on the... Go ahead.
From outside, about now is a good time for just the roar of a big twin engine, twin V-Hog, just sort of thundering outside the doors. This establishment is on Bourbon Street.
Yeah, it's on Bourbon Street. It's kind of like a corner. It's at the 800 block, right between the 800 block and the 900 block.
So parking would, for somebody that cared, might be an issue, but Victor doesn't, and he's gonna just pull the bike up onto the sidewalk and pop the front tire up on the curb, lock the wheel to one side, ties a bandana around the ignition on the right handlebar, and kicks off the bike and heads inside.
Yeah, a couple of people kind of like jump out of the way a little bit as you pop the front wheel up on the curb, and they're still walking around and kind of give you like a look. But most everybody is either too into the music or too into the booze to really care. I mean, this is Bourbon Street.
Sure. Exactly. What time of night is it? Fairly early.
Yeah, it's fairly early. We'll say maybe an hour after sundown.
Okay. Good. I'll give a look up and down the road and then into what is the name of this place?
So it is, the locals will call it Le Save, and some people, whether they're coterie or not, have actually dimmed the neon to reflect that. It is Le Save, or the site.
But the full name is Le Save's what?
Le Savoir, Savoir.
Thank you.
For somebody who doesn't speak French and only use Google, it is the to savor the site.
Takes in the sign, opens the door. Broad-shouldered gentleman, probably average height for 100 years ago. So 5'7", maybe. Haircut is tight, military almost, and pulls the bandana off his head, tufts his hair a little bit, comes in and just, I'd like to take a quick count of how many people I can see coming in the room.
A quick count is probably about 10 on the bar.
Okay.
15 or so in front of where a band would be. There's a stage there, but it's just kind of where people are gyrating, if you will,
Mhm.
to the house music being played. And you probably about 25 to 30 just mingling around at the tables and some of the like corner booths area. Everybody's just kind of vibing to the music, to the atmosphere, to this is a new bar on Bourbon Street and we're in here, yada yada.
Okay. I want to make my way to the bar, and I'd like to move around to the back corner, probably where bartender enters or exits. There's usually that one stool on the far side, and they come in, heavy jeans, tank top, black leather jacket, because it's cold when you ride, but it's fucking hot the rest of the time. This place is awful. Sort of what season are we in? What month of the year, perhaps?
We're trying to run it fairly close to where we are now.
Great. Okay. Late summer.
Yeah.
Perfect. So hot, fucking hot, even as the sun goes down. So you'll see him sort of check his pockets real quick, feel good about it, take the jacket off, throw it over the bar. Doesn't sit, just sort of moves the stool to make sure it's blocking the entrance or exit to and from the bar, and posts up there for a moment.
So Jim, go ahead and roll me a wits awareness to see if. No, he's not dressed specifically like anybody else in here. Like it's more, he'd be good. Like either he's in a gang, he's a local biker, or he's one of the guys that are usually in the leather club, like 2 doors down. And feel free to use any of those boost dice. Boon dice.
No, 3 successes.
Fair enough. You see him kind of. You see this guy come in. You everyone hears the motorcycle. There's no wits awareness failure that you could have that over this music that close to the front door that you can't hear that.
So that's irritation point 1. He messed up the music.
He walks in. You see him take kind of like a survey. Nothing crazy, but just a look around to see who's here. Maybe he's looking for somebody he knows. But he starts walking towards the end of the bar and he sits down near the entrance.
Don't sit.
Oh, sorry.
Stand.
He stands
He
next to the
perches.
stool,
Like furniture.
right near where your office is, the entrance to the back of where your office is. But he's at the
Where's my
bar.
furniture. Okay, that's going to be the problem. So she will go over and hi, can I get you started with something? Oh, my Lanta. Oh, Lord.
Sure.
Cool.
What's your
well,
specialty?
I don't know. She'll look, and whatever's the cocktail for the night is the Velvet Underground, whatever that is.
Sounds disgusting. I'll take 2.
Excellent. She starts to get the stuff out, and she will just go to the end of the bar and move the stool back so it's not blocking the bar anymore, and just as it's part of.
Yeah, and Joey's walking nearby, coming out of the back room.
Yeah, and she'll just throw her a look like, I don't worry about this
She
guy.
heard the disgusting and I made these fucking drinks, but whatever, and then kind of just walks off.
Cody, for reference, Joey is Marissa.
Yeah, no Wessa.
No,
Marissa.
Hashtag not Marissa. Yeah. Yeah, she'll give her a don't worry about this jackass, it's mine. Put some. All right, so that's gonna be, oh God, I'm terrible.
We'll keep the tab open, and I put the chair back where I had it. I'll say, that one's for you.
Oh, thanks. Absolutely. She'll blush, shoot it, and put the stool back.
Go ahead and do a rouse check for that blush of life.
Please, God. Please.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You didn't drink anybody dry a few nights ago.
No.
Did you?
Not dry, but I
You went to
did.
1.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't
No,
go
I
to
went
0.
to 2. Oh, no.
So now you're at 3.
No.
Oh, that's right.
No, I'm fuck. She'll leave the stool.
Can as she attempts to enact the blush of life, can I roll an awareness check?
Yeah,
to
go ahead
see
and roll
if
me a wits
recognize
awareness. You've already
And I-
made a point to be very astute of your surroundings.
I actually have some specialties in Kindred.
Okay, what's your specialty?
In awareness of
Who a kindred is? Yeah, okay, go ahead and roll it.
of masking. So I believe a specialty gives me 2 dice.
It does.
Okay. And I have a hunger of 1. So that is rolling 6. Okay. 6 and above is a success.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So I have 2 failures, 3 successes, 1 messy success.
1 messy success.
3 total successes. One of them is a 10.
For a split second, you get the beast's voice inside. She's new. Easy.
Just sort of nod. How is it?
Velvety.
Sounds gross. So, I need help, and you are going to help me.
All right, what do you need?
I just look down the line of the bar, and I look back at her. Do you want to have that conversation here? I bet it doesn't look good on the prince's childer for such a bold breach out in the public.
She will move the stool and just kick open the back door.
I'm holding the stool.
Fuck your dick ass, Cody.
This is just Cody and Megan all the time, by the way. This is what I live with, folks. This energy all the time.
Just gonna hold it in place.
Fine. Do you want to meet me in my office then? And she will just
No,
kick.
I want you to get the rest of your coterie together, and then I'll meet you in your office.
You know what, friend? No. this is my bar and this is my home. You're in my territory. And you are not going to act a fool in my bar. If you need something, you can use your big boy words and talk to me about it. And if this needs to be discussed with my business partners as well, then you can go ahead and ask like a civilized human being. I'm sure you can pretend for just a little bit. And in the meantime, OSHA violation, OSHA restrictions say that you cannot block a fire exit, so move the fucking stool.
So, Jem, do you have any of Addison's ghouls working the door or working inside?
I have Joey.
So you see, he's usually at the door, correct?
No, Joey's with me. We have to have someone at the door.
There is somebody at the door. He's not going to be
One
able
of
to see
mine,
this.
though. He's one of the doormen are mine.
He's one of the VFW guys. He's at the door.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. I'm actually going to roll. I'm going to use 2 beast dice.
We haven't discussed division of property yet.
Yeah, we need to discuss where the ghouls are actually at. That's more on me. Let's just see.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Since I'm at the other side of the bar, can I?
You can make a with
hear this?
awareness to see.
Okay, thank you.
Because here's the thing: is you would have to use your super duper vamp overhearing to be able to hear this. Otherwise, it would just be assumed that everyone at the bar could hear this.
That is fair.
Jem,
is fair.
Joey's not within eyesight.
Yeah, because I told her to fuck off in the nicest way possible, in a professional way.
Yeah, she's down at the other end of the bar.
Yeah, I know. What does that mean?
That she can't see this interaction and you being excitable.
Okay.
4 successes.
You can't
I'm
see.
upstairs ghouling a bitch. Like y'all have fun.
Well,
I'm
no,
like,
no, no,
here,
no.
drink.
It was done when he was walking down. When he was walking down the stairs, is when the
Victor
Mhm.
came in.
the Harley, but the V twin pulled up.
Mhm.
So he was pretty much walking out. We'll say that he held the door open for Victor as
For
Victor
cinematic
walked in.
value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jace sees Jem kind of irritated,
Yeah.
but you don't see who she's speaking to. You can't overhear it.
I'll just text her. Everything okay?
She doesn't. She's not looking at her phone
Yeah,
until.
that's fine.
Just give it a second.
Yeah, that's
What is on my
fine.
feet? It's a cat. Okay.
King shame the possum. No feet.
I don't want it in the house, man.
I will. I'll move the stool. There's 2 organizations you never fuck with, the IRS and OSHA. So I'll move the stool. But I think I've made it very clear in my big boy voice exactly what I want. So unless you need me to speak up, and I will enact awe, the presence power that draws attention.
And and Jem, you notice that everyone's eyes that tend to catch this man at the end of your bar just kind of looks on at him. Some people get this impression of like, man, I want to fuck with that dude. Some people are like, I want to take that guy home. And it's a variety of, but nobody's really breaking eye contact. And a couple people are like, hey, do you see that guy over there?
And I'm just eye to eye with Jem.
She will take her phone out and without looking, she'll text the group. what she thinks says, come on, please come down to the bar. Need help. Heaven knows. Here, I'll try sending this to you guys.
Comes bat needles.
Caitlin.
What?
Double syringe?
Double syringe.
Double syringe?
Lewd herp? What does lewd herp mean?
You said needles. I'm here for all the drug dealers back. All right, let's go. Like, Siren comes down ready to fight.
Jace will leave his rum on the bar and just walk over.
Siren has come down in an energy. She was very calm and polite with this man upstairs because she fucking had to be. But that's not an energy that comes easily to her, and she doesn't like it. So she's like, oh, punch someone? Let's go. She's like ready to throw someone out of the bar for Gem. Doesn't know what's happening, but she's fucking ready. What does it say? What did it say when you tried to do it?
Please.
Please?
Please fork for tutor.
Tutor her. NLR grip.
Good.
And so that's what you guys
Perfect
get.
sense to me. Yeah.
Well, then never mind.
I made my point.
Well, then never mind. I just assume.
Oh, Jem's having a good time. Okay.
What is she on? Can I get some? I need some. Different energy. Very different energy. Excited now rather than ragey. Siren comes down excited.
In whatever way you took the message, whatever the message came through, you see Gem sitting across, locking eyes with this gentleman in front of her. Gentleman in quotations from everyone.
This motherfucker right here.
You actually get a text back from Addison, and it says it's just a clock.
Immaterial.
He didn't care what you actually meant. He's just done a time right now.
Well,
Jade?
we got to tutor her, so let's go.
Yeah, we have to tutor her. We have
And
to
grip.
fork to tutor her. Jace will just as he walks up and like Siren is right there. He'll just looking to the dude that Gem is like glaring at. Can we help you?
And as you make eye contact, you, Gem, and Siren, I would like you guys to roll a resolve, a composure resolve, just regular willpower.
Okay.
So what? Wait, what?
Willpower.
2 successes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ooh, fuck yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. One of them was a crit.
Okay.
2 successes.
Okay. So guys, carry on.
Yeah. Can we help you?
I'm hoping you can. But as far as I understand it, there's a few of you missing.
Is Siren here?
I've made it down.
Oh, she has.
Yeah, Siren
There's-
would have just made it down.
Okay. There's one of you missing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the people who are here can help you.
The people who are not, we are assuming are probably quite literally tied up at the moment.
Not that it matters.
As I'm gonna grab my jacket, I'll do the big
Yeah.
whip on, right? And I'm gonna walk into the back.
Okay.
Are people allowed to do that, Gem? I don't even go in there.
He starts walking into the back.
He just looks at Siren, like gets up to her, grabs her face, and says, "No."
So we're having that kind of night. Okay.
As he gets a little bit further away, Jace will just look at the two of them and just, as a reminder, he is in our haven.
I don't think he cares.
I know he doesn't, but he will if we want him to.
She's gonna walk over really quickly to the whiskey and the rum drinks, whiskey drink and the
Mhm.
rum drink.
The
And
whiskey drink is gone.
phenomenal. She's gonna pour it again, and just as she's pouring it, like, hey, I know I'm in no position to ask for anything, but if you wanted to like help with this fucker, that would be dope. Enjoy the whiskey. And then she's going to go back into the office.
Okay.
To the office.
To the office.
What does the office look like?
It's very basic office. There's a desk, there's a chair, there is a bookshelf on the opposite side of the door. And there's like two chairs with a tiny like night table or like a tiny table. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good enough. Victor will leave the door open and pop a squat on the desk.
She will sit behind the desk. Behind her, there is an axe on the wall, like a 19th century. It's not
Nice.
rusted.
Oh,
or
now
anything.
you tell me. I was picturing like a fireman's axe this entire time. Of like The Shining, like E.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what it's from, right? It's the nod to the Axeman of New Orleans.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he like killed people in 1908.
If they weren't
1910.
listening to jazz.
Had no idea.
Yeah,
Gotta listen
that's
to
why,
that jazz, man.
That's why on March 29th we play jazz 24 hours because he put a letter in the newspaper that if you weren't playing jazz, he would kill you.
And
Fair
then he
enough.
did.
We're pretty sure he was a mob enforcer because he only killed Italian Americans.
Or just racist.
Well, you know,
Not
Why can't
mutually
he be-
exclusive.
Not mutually
Not
exclusive.
mutually exclusive.
This is
Yeah.
true.
yeah, but
Um,
yeah.
As we walk in, Jace will walk past to lean on the wall next to the desk on Jem's side.
So is
And once
everybody
I-
going to put the desk between, even though he's sitting on it, put the desk essentially between?
I'm behind him. I'm sitting at my fucking desk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
You could suck it. So like, and once Siren's in, she'll do the thing where she closes the door, puts the chair under, and an empty beer bottle on top of the handle.
Okay.
I appreciate you being accommodating. It's very kind of you. I don't spend a lot of time in New Orleans. It's hot. But I do have some friends. One that spends a lot of time here,
Tell her I'm
especially since the
surprised.
storm. They're a pretty devout soul, if you believe in such things. And I need help finding them. Now, politics being what they are, I can't ask for help in the normal way I would have a few years ago. But, color me surprised, when those criminal contacts I pay a lot of money to pop up with some news about some eviscerated sex traffickers being dumped in the swamp by a very helpful sheriff. And then rumors of princes taking childers. Things add up pretty quick if you've been around long enough to pay attention. So, I have a deal. You help me find my friend. I plug that hole that's leaking your information.
Just kick the cat. It's fine.
I'll kick a cat too if it's necessary, although it does seem a little
That's the deal.
little vile.
Kick a
for
cat
me.
will help you. No?
All right.
Fuck out of my office.
Bonding rituals here in New Orleans. We have all just been trying to
It's just
Make-
at Le Save, really.
You have to,
It's
you
just-
have to
yeah, yeah.
kill sex traffickers together and then you're in forever. But like if you
Yeah.
can't, if there aren't any to spare,
Kick a cat.
Can,
you
I'm
can't.
joking. Please don't kick cats.
Don't
They're
kick
wonderful.
cats.
You
definitely
kill
don't.
sex traffickers.
Yes, do that.
Yes.
Can I just real briefly, because I think they actually go to New Orleans in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, you hunt animals for their leather, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, there's domesticated house cats. So one day I was like, oh, I'll shoot a poison dart at a house cat, and the game freaked out, and it was like Edward Kenway did not hurt innocent or domesticated animals, and I was
Good.
like, I just wanted
You
leather.
kicked the chicken in Zelda.
Oh,
I just wanted cat leather.
we draw the line. No violin strings. No,
Yes.
no catguts weren't
That
used
is
for
Assassin's
anything in
Creed.
the
No, of course not.
1800s.
Yeah.
Listen, it's the same reason if Assassin's Creed won't let you hunt people for leather.
Well,
They can be a part of
Well,
someone's family,
Or
and you have a
Warcraft,
place
which
for
is
them at the
horse
table.
shit.
You don't do it, okay? No
true.
Necronomicon armor, all right?
Sure,
No.
sure.
I
Dang
killed
it.
45 Tauren today in World of Warcraft. I didn't get any leather whatsoever.
All right, you take that alliance shit to another channel, sir.
True.
I played both
True.
Not
sides.
my haven, mister. Not my fucking haven. All right.
Jace will he'll like kind of cock an eyebrow. Can you what level of devout are we talking about? He wants to make sure it's not some like Second Inquisition bullshit.
Yeah. My friend's in the Second Inquisition. Can you help me find him? No.
You know it's a little bit of a controversial relationship, but like still,
We-
Romeo and Juliet, my ass.
Sure. You baby vamps ever heard of Gehenna?
Yes.
Have we baby vamps ever heard of Gehenna?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Transylvania Chronicles? Think of them like vampire prophet books.
As you say, that would be Jace, yes. The other two, not so much.
Yeah.
She's gonna lie and say yes.
Hell yeah.
Clearly.
Hell yeah.
Fuck if I know. Siren doesn't lie.
In the Chronicles, there are 8 signs of Gehenna. Most people count the first 7 as having happened sometime before 2000. My friend, Alistair, excuse me, I had their name right here.
Aaron, King Ferelden.
Alistair Aberconway, or Alice, as they sometimes go by. Been around for a while. And they believe that the big storm, Katrina, that hit a few years back, signified the 8th sign of Gehenna, the cracking of the world, massive storms destroying huge swaths of land to wake up the antediluvians buried beneath the city. Now, I don't particularly care about the end of the world or about storms, but I care about my friend. And while this city is once more beneath the ivory tower, I find myself and many of my clanmates outside of that power structure.
And with that, you guys pretty much understand that he's with the way he's dressed, with his demeanor, and with that statement alone, it's Brujah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless he starts sprouting fur and fangs real quickly, it's Brujah.
Well, do we ask him to kick a cat? Maybe that's the differential.
That's the
right?
issue.
That's
is-
how you know.
He
That's
said
how you
yes.
know.
That's how you feel about cats.
If he says
motherfucker.
yes, he's a
Then he's a brew. If not, he's gangrel.
yeah.
However, I mean, Cody,
I've
should
never
you
heard of
switch
that.
clans at any point or change your mind, we do have both those furry heads downstairs.
Nice. Nice.
Panda or
Oh
fox.
my
Hell yeah.
Ah!
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Brujah will kick a cat. The gangrel will want to adopt it and become it.
Yes, absolutely.
I am this cat. This cat is me.
Um,
Okay, Grandpa. So, have you presented yourself to the prince?
No, I don't present myself to the prince. I don't present myself to anyone. The association I used to be a part of, I worked with, see if you recognize the name, Theo.
Theo Bell. Yeah.
Used to be an enforcer for the Camarilla. Did plenty of jobs with him. Plenty of amps within it. Don't care for Theo or anybody that worked for him. And when you're known for killing kindred, they're pretty slow to give you favors.
Theo
But-
Bell is the reason why the Brujah clan is no longer as a whole part of the Camarilla. Now, here in New Orleans, there are still some that chose safety-ish over
Sure.
rebellion and orders from on high. It's telling a bunch of rebels, hey, we're all out. Some are going to rebel against that in favor of self-preservation. I rebel against your rebellion, fool.
Yeah, it's quite literally like you have to not do what you're told at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just straight up. And you're
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm not doing
Whatever it is.
And
Yeah.
a lot-
whatever it is.
Some of the Brujah here, in setting up New Orleans, decided to self-preservation on top of keeping their contacts that they had outside the clan versus the contacts they had inside the clan. And those internal relationships are pretty much almost individual in nature. So every Brujah is different. And some still bow down to the ivory tower. Some will kneel while flipping them off, and some have just flipped them off entirely.
Yeah.
But you guys recognize Theo Bell as the cause, and whether or not you know the history of that, something we can talk about later on.
I straight up explained that he used to be an enforcer
Yeah.
and was known for meting out violent justice against kindred. And I'm essentially saying that I was part of that job process. Clearly not in charge like he was, but
Sure.
tough to have friends when you used to be a cop.
Yeah, that's why he has problems with it. So, okay. So you haven't presented yourself to the prince of the city that you're not from, but you come in here and you swing your dick around and expect us to just jump, even though you know who my sire is?
To be fair, he presented himself to you, and that's as close as it sounds like he's going to get.
He presented himself to me because I was working the bar.
Yeah, but he
To
didn't
be-
have to come to us.
To be fair, I found a problem that you have. And I offered a solution in fair exchange. If you want something more than that, we can negotiate. I have resources.
I'm not asking for negotiation. Step one, you're breaking rules.
And the little symbol above Victor's head lights up even more.
It's not even that. Like
Pirates!
I just
Pirate!
the jacket.
Cheated!
Yeah, that has like the like it's the leather jacket. It's got the collar open at this point. I'm just gonna fold it over to where like the upside down A is. Be like,
Slap him in the face with it.
I'm okay. I get that you're.
Hey Siri, define anarchy.
To be fair, the only Brujah that you guys have met so far is Jessica.
The one that turned, yeah.
Who-
Well, and there's also a level of like, I understand that there are rebels, but those rebels would probably, at least like to us, would probably have to stay with rebels. Like you don't, the rebels
Also-
don't interact with Camarilla because Camarilla cracks down on rule breakers.
Yeah.
And
you
that's
do
inherent
know that
in-
all tools can be useful,
Yeah.
regardless of where their policies lie.
And
Yeah.
if and maybe I can smooth this out as well. Listen, I get that you're new at this, but maybe you're not super familiar with the Covenant of Thorns. In it says that all anarchs shall become Camarilla. And as such, as long as you're not Sabbat, technically, the Camarilla believes you're part of them. Now, I'm here I haven't broken any serious rules. And again, you have a problem. I've offered to solve it.
She reaches into her desk and pulls out a thing of like scratch and sniff stickers,
Okay.
Oh no.
peels one off, and puts it on his jacket. Congratulations, you used all of the kindred vocabulary words in an entire sentence. I'm very proud of you. And I understand that you have a thing that you're using to blackmail us with so that we will help you find your friend. And I would maybe be far more sympathetic if you hadn't come to the goddamn Prince's Childer without presenting yourself.
Fuck your
And then-
prince. Fuck your presentation.
Fuck you, you're in my goddamn haven. You will show us some fucking respect.
I don't think you know how this goes.
I don't care how you think it's going to go, Gramps. You need us, because if you could get this done by yourself, you would have. And if you could go to your clan and ask for help, you would have. So you're just as fucked. It
I'm gonna
smells
stand
like
up.
grape.
I'm going to stand up.
If you pee on my desk.
I'm going to reach over to the stickers. I'm going to take them. I'm going to peel them and just start putting them on my jacket. I'm going to put them on the other arm.
My gumdrop stickers.
Listen, I've been real nice. Get your shit untwisted. But the last thing you're going to smell are these scratch and sniffs. I'll be across the street. And I walk out the door.
Well, I like him.
Well, in the pissing contest, we know his dick is bigger than our Haven's dick because he just took that off the table by
Well,
leaving.
at least he thinks it is.
I don't think you deal with that kind of rebel without actually.
What?
I mean, I spent my entire life disrespecting authority. And if someone had talked to me like you just talked to him, you'd be dead. And she leaves.
Leaves in what way? Are you going to go across the street? Or are you going to go back upstairs?
She's going to go across the street.
Jace, did I mess up?
No. No.
I've been messing up a lot lately. I don't think I know anymore. I thought this is our haven. We're owed something here, right?
In
I told Rebecca
theory,
Chase to shut up and she did it.
exactly,
I-
but
I get that the Bruja are fucking difficult, but also, what am I supposed to do if Dad finds out that we helped someone that wasn't presented and that there's just a rogue Bruja running around in his area?
that part won't be an issue.
Because I
Because
have a
Bruja
we have
are-
shadows, and remember, like,
Yeah.
what if Lucy finds out? What if I don't have a diary? What if she just, I don't know, shaves my head and then makes a paper mache thing out of it?
Well, luckily your head isn't made out of paper, so she can't do that.
And
But
the camera pans over to the paper mache middle finger that Lucy made in memoriam of Jace's
That
Yeah.
one
diary.
that one breach we did.
And the thing is like
Yeah.
you understand that the traditions of like the presenting yourself is more of a nicety, a formality.
Yeah.
They're more like guidelines than actual rules.
And as long as one, the anarchs don't really give a shit, and two, the
I
Bruja,
do.
like a Bruja anarch, really doesn't give a shit.
yeah.
And with him saying that, you know, fuck your prince and fuck, he's taken that on to himself as a break, and whether or not anything could actually come of that, other than like get the fuck out of my city.
Yeah.
It's not like you went off and like killed everybody in the club.
Sure. Yeah. Anarchs and Bruja they're different. They get some passes occasionally on things that we have been taught are important.
That's
It's-
horse shit.
Fucking tell me about it. But the one thing that I am surprised that Siren was so okay with is the fact that there were 3 of us and 1 of him. I don't give a fuck if he's one bloodline older. I'm surprised that she thinks so little of her strength that she thinks that you would have died without anybody doing anything.
Siren was saying she, as a teenager, would have killed someone who talked to her like that. Was what she was
I
saying.
know. Oh, I know. But
No.
it is also a level of like, it is surprising that she is so willing to just like be okay with it. But
Well, Siren doesn't like me.
I
I get
don't
it.
think that's true.
Okay.
We should probably help him, if only to get him to leave.
Well, if he knows that someone put some bodies in a swamp.
Well, we didn't put bodies in a swamp.
You know what I mean, Jason.
Vegas.
Why do
put
you think
bodies in a
Siren
swamp.
fucking went with him? You goddamn fuck! Like,
Oh yeah,
I
that's
know.
right. Not my Siren, not my problem. All right. And now we watch the continued adventures of Siren and Victor.
real
but
fucking
we should probably go along with it and not try to argue with him for too much
I'm
because
not
it'll
gonna
just
talk,
cause
I
a
promise.
headache.
I'm not gonna talk.
No, that's also just I'm trying to remind myself not to make this worse than it has to be. But I guess we should go over there if Siren is. So
Okay. When we leave,
Do you do anything before you leave the bar?
yeah, I'm gonna check on the hummingbird traps on the whiskey and the rum.
The hummingbird traps, the whiskey
Hummingbird
is still
feeders.
there, and so is the rum.
can I check
She'll-
for my book?
Your book is not there.
Okay, that's fine.
She'll point at the whiskey and say like, I asked him if he would come help.
Oh, that was a bad idea.
Well, he didn't do anything.
Good.
And is there anything else you want to do, Jace, before we walk out?
No,
so-
just walk out.
As we see Jem walking out and then Jace following quickly behind, and Joey just kind of like saluting that she's got the bar, that is where we're going to take our first break. We will see you guys back in, say, 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
All right.
you
thank
10,
Jen.
15-ish.
Yeah,
See you at about
back
10 p.m. EST.
And everybody's in their right place. Yes.
Everyone in the
Welcome back,
right
everybody.
place.
We are going to see what happens with that prediction as the story unfolds. But thank you, everybody, for voting and betting with their channel points. If you win, you get more channel points. If you lose, you're only down 10, right? So it's fine. So, as we come back in, we follow the camera and Jace and Jem outside. Now, outside, you have Bourbon Street at capacity. It's probably about 11 o'clock at this point. Not too late. The bar is still hopping, every single one of them. Everybody's either coming or going, and some don't know if they're coming or going. And so, so you guys walk outside, and you see right in front is the motorcycle that obviously, I don't believe Victor said his name, but Victor rode up on. And you guys see him standing across the street outside of your haven.
What's the bar that's across the street?
It's currently it's shut down for reasons unknown.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about that outside, but essentially the prince wanted a prime real estate.
Oh,
So there is no bar
Fair
across
enough.
the way that is currently open.
I love him so much.
Fair enough.
Did he just buy all the air rights so no one can build
Yeah.
out? Like that's
Yeah.
that's the equivalent of what he did. Was no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it when he binges HGTV. He makes such
I'm gonna open up this one now.
prime
Such good
choices.
choices. Like
Listen, if he doesn't start building like those tiny cabins,
Oh,
I'm gonna be so pissed.
please.
Yeah.
It's just gonna turn into a B&B, and every room is a different like TV
Oh.
show.
Oh, God.
Stop. It'll be great.
All right, so you guys take it away.
Doop, boop, 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 boop. Across the street.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna just stand in front of an empty building.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, we'll continue down the block if there's an alley just at the
Siren
end of the
goes
street or
jogging.
in between them.
Siren will jog to catch up.
Yeah, very
And just-
easily you guys can find an alleyway that's a private place, and
Sure.
so Siren jogs up to you and to catch up with you guys.
Hmm. So this stuff they uncovered in the swamp. Were they at least impressed? She
Who's
says, joking.
Who's they?
Fair enough.
The
Never mind.
rumors? You asking me if
Exactly.
I'm impressed?
Pretty much.
No.
Curious what your bar is, honestly, at this point.
My bar is unfortunately high.
Duly noted. I'll try harder next time.
Don't. You don't want that. It's not a competition you can win.
Terrifying. Fucking terrifying.
Yeah. I was embracing a fucking foxhole.
I'll do it. Well, I'd love to hear more of that story later.
I won't be telling it.
Kind of figured. Hmm. Can I see? Are they behind us yet?
Then yes,
Sure. But just like walking, not trying to, no, we're not trying
No, I
to-
assumed as much. She's just gonna. Well, it looks like it's not just gonna be me trying to help you on my own. I was worried for a minute.
You shouldn't be.
You were that confident?
That they like me? No, they're pissing fucking vinegar, but I think they like you just fine.
I don't think they're doing it for either of us.
Maybe, maybe not. But coteries got to stick together. You end up a sour fuck like me.
Bear me. I think it would take a lot more than us not liking each other to end up specifically this.
Oh, come on. I'm pretty cool.
You dress cool.
When he does that, fuck,
He
he's
sniffs
old.
a
He's
sticker.
he's gonna do like the greaser.
Oh my god. It's only cool if you were the one who invented that and the fans got it from you.
Are you kidding me? I was there before rock and roll was invented.
Is my point.
Exactly. Still, there are worse things to be.
so you guys all catch up together.
Glad you made it. I understand how you feel about cats now. It's
Kick it.
I would kick that one too.
Don't kick that cat.
Fucking drop kick it.
I'm gonna nudge it. I'm gonna nudge the
She
cat away.
farted in my face.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Fucking cat.
I thought it was a cat. It's a skunk. It's a skunk.
So the
Wow.
cat has
no.
actually just rolled 2 beast dice.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Sway has found a way to influence us in the real world.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are
So
no
Sway is
walls.
confirmed gangrel. Sway
It's,
is gangrel.
It's smell-o-vision.
It's the scratch and sniff
It's the
stickers.
scratch and sniff stickers.
Why couldn't we get the scratch
From
and sniff?
Rugrats, the movie that was in theaters at that point.
That's right.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh.
I just unlocked a core memory. So
Yeah.
But,
Yes,
that
you
was-
did.
Why did we ever drop that technology?
honestly,
It was about
Anyway.
to go into the dump, and then it was triple income.
but anyway, so yeah, is this shit alley where we're gonna be talking about who we're rescuing?
I mean, if you want, I was happy to do it in the club, but apparently
I'd like
I'm
to see if this
a
one
little
has.
too much of a dick for that.
I'd like to see if this one has rooftop access, like the one we talked to the sheriff on, like our bar does, because that feels safer up there.
I mean, you could probably find a way to get up there, but there's no fire escape in this specific alley.
Safe.
Yeah, that's very unsafe. Come on.
Wonder it closed. Well, where was the last place you saw Alice? Shit, I said I wasn't going to talk.
Haven't seen
Please
her.
tell
in-
me she says shit. I was said I wasn't
Yes.
gonna. Then
Of
Cyrus
course she does.
Cyrus-
Gem.
looks at his. Would you like to put your aside in italics like that? Speak it in italics. Allowed to talk. Please talk.
Shit, I wasn't going to talk.
I said italics, not Italian. You don't know how to talk in a slang.
Damn,
Where's
I
the
mean
last
balls.
place you saw Alice?
Just tilt your head. This is
Oh,
italics.
God.
Alice.
Let's see. Last place I saw Alice was London 1980. Oh, 91. 1991.
Luckily,
But-
London's around the corner.
Well,
Very quick drive.
but we stayed in touch. That's the wonders of modern technology, as it were. Anyway, I knew that they had loved French culture, really loved vampire history, firm believer in Gehenna, and spent most of their time researching it. Sort of think of like a doomsday prepper, but a vampire doomsday prepper.
I feel like there are movies about that.
There should be. Anyway, loves French culture. Definitely spoke French. Spent a lot of time in Montreal. In case you don't know, Sabat City. Left there. Not a good time.
Where the fuck is Addison?
Siren's
And-
still going to keep an eye out on the alleys or on the just to make sure that we're not drawing eye for breach reasons.
And other big French cities in the area. New Orleans, right? Big thing was Katrina. After the storm came down here. Before FEMA had made its way in. She'd been here since then, looking for the antediluvian that the storm supposedly unburied. She was certain. Well, when I spoke to her last, she was a she. Tends to fluctuate. But was convinced. Prime vampire, 13 original, antediluvian, rising up to eat all the bad baby vamps. Not really my scene. Anyway, used to hear from him once a month. Haven't heard in over 6. Sometimes they get a little spacey, but 6 months is more than an accident. So,
What was the last thing you remember them telling you about where they were or what they were working on?
last thing that they said, it was jumbled. Didn't make a whole lot of sense. And they're not exactly Malkavian, but sometimes they get the sight, you know? Don't always understand what they're talking about. Anyway, there's something about spirits being restless and the city's night moving, and that
Way to go, Jace.
If they walk the
God
path,
damn it.
It's New Orleans.
if they walk the dead path, then they'll dance their way into the antediluvian tomb. Something like that.
6 months, you say? Shh. Looks around.
Jace is just gonna like.
Cody legit just picked a number.
Oh, thank
No,
God.
absolutely.
Okay, because listen.
Storyteller's taking notes.
Yeah.
Tandy Sims is a real person, y'all. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Come on.
Sims. Jace is just gonna like first mind palace about what haunted New Orleans tours might be called the Walk of the Dead, if there are any, and if so, like what spots they stop at, and then is going to just kind of take note of. They were probably talking about the fucking Matthew forgot what the name of it is, but the cemetery number 1.
St. Louis.
St.
Say,
Louis
yeah.
Cemetery number 1.
Yeah, like, but those, like, that is Jace's first instinct is St. Louis Cemetery number 1 and
Can
going to those.
Jem try to have a vision?
Yes. Yes, you can.
You just handed
110%.
the storyteller
You can
a
you
gift.
Can, now, with your
Hey,
premonitions.
Sway,
Yes,
fuck me up.
with your premonitions, you know that
It's not always right.
Yeah, they could be cloudy. They could be past, present, future. You have to take what's given to you when you force a premonition.
Yeah.
So, if you would like to,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll me. You don't have to lose any willpower to do this,
Okay.
but I would like you to roll me your composure and resolve or willpower roll, just to see how clear your premonition might be. And you can use your boon dice for this.
Do it.
How many boon dice do we have?
We have 8.
Please
Can I
use
have-
some. We have so many.
They're going to
Add
carry
two?
through the rest of the month. Yeah, use
Okay.
2.
So I just add 2 to that?
You add two dice.
Not 20. Dear God.
20 successes.
They're all failures. How the fuck did I do that? Okay. So 3 successes, 1 was a crit.
Was the crit on your hunger dice?
No. I got a 1 on my hunger dice.
Okay, that's fine. You see a Mardi Gras parade. Just walking down, but it's like a Mardi Gras parade before the city was here.
Okay.
There are floats-esque is that what your mind immediately draws to. But they're made of thatch and wicker and some grass and hands painted. And everyone looks as if they are going to or returning from a funeral or a memorial.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And leading the way is a black man with a white skull on his face and a top hat.
Fuck.
With a bottle in his hand and a cigar in his mouth.
Not you. I didn't want to see you.
And as you think that, he turns and winks and your vision goes away.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. It's gonna be a later chat. All right.
We have so many pins and so many things. The corkboard is just pinned now. That's all it is.
There's like 2 pieces of the string, but they're dangling because you don't know what to connect them to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything else is just stick pins.
Everything. Yeah.
This
Okay.
is
Don't
Orleans.
worry, I
This
know
is
what to connect them to.
problem
It's
areas.
fine.
Fuck, I hate it.
That's all that matters.
Angles off the edge of the map. He knows where the edge of the map is. Look.
Yeah, I'm in danger. Okay.
But Jace, you do know that, and Jem as well. Like the the walks of dead or the march of the dead,
Yeah,
or
the
the
funerals.
death marches or the
Mhm.
death walks. That can be anything from tours to, hand carried jazz band following casket marches,
Sure.
Right.
where the pallbearers are jamming down the street in remembrance and memorial and celebration of a transition of life.
Yeah.
6 months ago, they were at a at a death walk.
Be March, so might be Mardi Gras time, literally.
Yeah.
6 months ago, March. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, that's what you said. I thought you were correcting walk to March.
No. I apologize. I meant the month.
English
Yeah.
isn't at all confusing.
Can you
No.
say it with a capital M next time? Thanks.
I apologize.
I'm
Can you
making
say it in
speaking
italics?
You have to
Smart.
speak in capital. You have to fucking phonetic punctuation.
So this is regular.
Victor.
This is caps, and this is italics.
So you have to.
But the comedian-
March.
That's the thing, is the comedian who came up with phonetic punctuation is Victor Borga. So I expect
Oh,
Cody
yeah.
as a character named Victor to do.
That's who he is. That's who
Yeah,
It's
that's
actually
it.
just Victor Borges.
He's not even. He never was actually turned. He's just old enough that they've let it go. They're like, all
Who's the
right,
actual Olivia?
Yeah. So actually,
okay.
knowing that, where and Matthew apologizes if this is common Mardi Gras knowledge, but is there a very specific place that it starts and ends? Where like the nowadays just like parade of Mardi Gras everything.
As somebody who's never been to Mardi Gras, I
Yeah.
think it's the beginning and end of Bourbon Street.
I'm just gonna look that up real
I
quick.
think it's Bourbon Street, as
See,
in like
that's
they
the
have
thing is-
horses blocking that shit off. You
I
start.
wasn't sure if it was like common knowledge and Matthew was just like an idiot or something.
it's Napoleon Avenue to Canal Street.
Ooh, Valentine says correct.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. And apparently, no, because according to this, it is the main route is from Napoleon Avenue in the Uptown neighborhood to Canal Street in the Central Business District, just on the edge of the French Quarter. And
French Quarter. Okay.
yeah, and specifically, it's mostly tourists at this point because everyone who is local and lives there gets the fuck out of town, and they all come to Orlando and go to the parks.
I don't blame them.
All of them are here. Every
blame them.
fucking person you talk to from February to April who's a tourist is from Louisiana.
So yeah, you get the premonition of a dragon-esque face with the whole fangs and
I
everything.
know where that is.
As they march, and Jace and Jem, you guys know where it pretty much starts and stops.
Mm-hmm.
I know where the dragon float is.
It is not the same dragon float, but it is a dragon.
I don't know where
float.
the dragon float is.
When it
If
was
you're-
probably made like 10 years ago. The
Fair.
vision was definitely like not pre-civilization, but definitely pre.
But
That is fucking fair.
yeah, pre
They were
like
using the same float before Mardi Gras even existed.
No, it was an actual
Vampires.
dragon from biblical times before they
Mummified
Yeah.
dragon on a plinth.
Jace,
Roll it.
Jace will just if they mentioned the Walk of Death, maybe they meant some weird ghost tour, but they probably also meant Mardi Gras. We can go to, I would assume where it ends, where it stops every year. We can try there first, and then
Sure.
perhaps and then work our way back to where it started, and then if all else, the fucking walk of death ends at cemeteries where bodies are laid to rest if we're talking a funeral. So then we can go to the St. Louis cemeteries if we need to.
Um,
All right.
I don't want to go there any more than you guys do, believe me.
Victor takes a moment and he's just gonna look at them and look back and like just sort of scan over what's happening, the quiet conversation that they're all having, and he is not up to date on. He's like you.
We just
No
talk with our
offense, guys.
eyebrows and we're like,
Yeah. You realize cemeteries are full of dead things, right? And like we're
The dead things aren't what I'm worried about. It's the unalive things that live there.
oh wait, like really? Any kind like he's like this group, like this is
Yeah,
this is
we
what
have
we're worrying about.
we got people with
Yes.
big old smiles to be afraid of.
Fine.
Caitlin thinks 100%, by the way, that if they were going to park themselves over any graveyard on purpose, that is where the Nosferatu live, is where those things are supposedly buried. Like, I feel like that's he picked it on purpose.
See, it's
He picked it on purpose because they would want to watch and be aware when they woke up.
See, it's either that or they would go to the one that is not that, because if anything happens, they want to not be fucked by it. But it is literally a coin flip for which one of those it is.
But we've met Grin, and he doesn't seem concerned that brick house of a vampire bitch. Like, I feel
He's
like
a crocodile.
But
That's
also, like, he said some shit about that was not the worst thing you could have found in his graveyard.
Yeah.
With the race. I genuinely
So
think
it's
that's
I
where
thought
he is on purpose.
Him.
Yeah.
also true. Yeah, we can let's start
My prediction.
where the
Grin
Mardi
is
Gras
definitely
parade
somebody.
ends.
Okay, so my question is this. Do you want to head straight there via walking, via driver, or are you going to walk or drive and stop at Grin Cemetery, St. Louis Cemetery number 1?
I think we should go to Grin's first. Just get it over with.
It might behoove us to backtrack it instead of front track it.
Well,
The
here's
safety
what I'm going to say is that you guys need to have this discussion in character,
Yeah,
in front of
think-
Victor, or away from Victor.
I think we should go to St. Louis first.
If anyone was going to know about this particular legend or myth, feels like a friend who likes to hang out in spooky dead places.
If
Don't you
anyone was
think?
going to know anything, it would be the Nos.
Yep.
Period.
Sounds good. Unless
Good is relative, buddy.
sure.
what's the matter with the Nas?
Nothing's the matter with the Nos. It's that fucking cemetery.
Something the matter with the cemetery?
It's a cemetery.
Well, you've been in one, you've been in them all. I mean,
You say that until you're a Tremere.
Cemetery.
You didn't
Yeah, let's
know?
go. What?
You didn't know
didn't know what.
that he was Tremere?
Are you asking me if I knew he was Tremere?
Yeah, I'm not asking Matthew if you knew.
Sorry. I was mistaken. No, I was.
Do you know what you
no,
want?
when you ask Victor, he just sort of smiles, like he knows a chunk about all of you. But
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah, and he just sort of goes, trying to be polite.
Yeah,
It's good on you.
definitely. If he knows that you're the Princess Childer,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's safe to
thing, is
say that he probably
whoa,
at least
you know who
knows.
I am, but you didn't look up these motherfuckers.
No, he looked up everybody.
Yeah, it's safe to
That's
say
what I
he,
said,
he
okay.
at very least knows clans.
Yeah.
So
And the nice thing is kind of why you guys are great at helping is you have connections he can't have right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you guys are great picks for friends.
okay, so the plan, without telling Victor here that Grin, the primogen of the Nosferatu, resides. Now he might already have this information. It wouldn't be very difficult asking around, especially if he has the contacts. He would know where the primogen lie. So, are we going to St. Louis Cemetery number 1? Thumbs up. Okay, sounds good.
As we
Victor's
go,
like,
I'm
one of the two.
Victor. This isn't his city. He's on the tour with them. So where they go, he goes.
As we go, I think Jace would or once we get there, Jace is just going to tell Victor to wait outside, probably, unless you want to meet the primogen of the Nosferatu.
Might kind of cross the "we're not talking about you being here" lines.
Yeah.
Is
Jace,
there-
do you want to wait out with him? By the way, just
It's
No.
not going to be.
okay. Like,
It's so we're all clear. It's not going to be a huge issue that he hasn't presented himself.
No, for
as,
sure.
As long as he doesn't plan on staying, and as long as he doesn't plan on causing trouble here.
Or
Is-
cooing.
Is there a chance, because of the quasi history I've
Mhm.
established here, that I may by reputation know of or have met.
You
primogen
would
of the
know of
Nosferatu.
him as a former sheriff.
Because
What-
as a if I worked with Theo and if I'm not mistaken, they were not an anarch. There's an A word for it.
The Talkries, yeah.
Yeah, they're the cops. So
Yes.
I may have been like, oh hey, I'm
Oh,
wandering
you're
around with
talking
this
about
dude.
so the Atakris is pretty much like I'm not Anarch, I'm not Camarilla, fuck everyone.
Oh no,
I
not
know
that.
what word you're talking about. It's the Hunter of Hunters.
It's a Camarilla position.
Mhm.
It's not the
Fuck, I know what you're talking
I'm
about
glad
too.
that,
I got it. I'll look it up.
That's
I'll
exact-
tell you what it is in just a second.
but essentially a hunter.
Yeah, they're in because that's what Theo was, and that's what I'm
Mhm.
before the rebellion. That's what I was trying to say is
The hunter of all the really Scourge. There is a word for it that's like the formal title.
yeah.
Scourge, yes, where they hunt everybody on the red list, but it's more of an official title. But moving on, yes, you will have known him, and he would have known you by reputation.
Okay.
Never officially met.
Just enough that I can walk in and be like, hey, we're cool.
Mhm.
Everybody's cool. All right.
You
Cool.
can definitely walk in and find out if you're cool.
All right, that's fine. I'll find out.
You can fuck around and find out.
Archon, thank you. Archon.
Archon,
Yes,
yes.
thank God.
I was like, it'll
Archon.
come. It's Archon. It's
that's it.
very
Yes.
very high in
Scratch
power.
and sniff sticker for Stuma.
Very very high in power, and we'll actually bring that up. Recognized agent of one of the Justicars
Yeah.
of the Camarilla. If the Justicars are the hands of the inner circle, Archons are its fingers.
So I'm the fingernail. I'm
It's-
lower on the list, or I just hung out. I was the sty on
You're
the finger. I was
cuticle?
yeah, maybe that. I was the hangnail.
You were that ring.
You're
You were
thinking
the-
Alistair.
Thumb ring, bitch.
Alistair's, or were you thinking Archon or Alistair?
I was thinking Theo was an Archon because that's what he was, and
Yes.
I figured I worked with him at different points.
We'll say you
So-
could have been an Alistair,
Okay,
who are those
sure.
who hunt individuals on the red list. So with Theo being Archon and you working for him, you would have been very high up there, regardless of generation, the skill set and power and knowledge that you were able to attain. Definitely led yourself to being quite a useful tool.
Yeah, but when you're not a tool anymore, you're super not useful.
And
So-
It's okay. You're still a tool to us.
usually
Yeah.
usually an Alistair will have essentially free reign to do as they please within inside of a city. Which may allude to not only just the Brujah, but some of the demeanor that you've seen is that they're used to just, I'm going to be able to do this.
Yeah.
I do this because I say so.
Do this
Actually.
because I'm fucking me. And while you don't hold
Yeah.
that position anymore, everybody knows.
Sure.
And so you guys do. Now,
Cool.
are you guys driving or are you guys walking?
I'd like to get a car.
Go ahead. If you would like to arrange.
I will text one of the men, many men in my phone that just has a car next to their name.
Yeah.
I'll get my bike.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't leave that parked on the sidewalk for much longer.
It'll be fine.
You get there and there's like a couple guys like looking at it, quickly see the one and only person that could be the driver of this fucking bike, and they just fucking no. And they walk on.
Good.
Never mind. Nope, they're not gonna.
And you
There you
guys, we'll say, Victor, you ride in, I would say silence, but V Twin White Noise Bliss
Yeah.
all the way to St. Louis Cemetery number 1.
Oh yeah, we got the pipes cut.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that they're
They're super
they're
loud.
even louder.
And as you all ride, should I say, to St. Louis Cemetery number 1, Grin's Haven and resting place. Do you guys want to have a conversation?
What? I can't hear you.
You.
You have to speak up.
We have to yell our masquerade breeches.
I was going to say write them down and put them in the window, but that feels a little bit too close to home.
Just keep
Yeah.
texting without looking and holding the phone up to the window. God only knows what
If he
it's
can
saying.
translate them.
Don't text and drive. It's not
That's true.
safe.
We're not
That's true.
driving. I have a man slave driving.
He was talking about him.
Also true.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I will just ask, how obvious was it that Jem had her premonition?
I mean, it's been pretty much in canon at this point that she does do the
Raven Simone.
yeah.
Okay.
I was imagining at the one time we realized that at Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, when we realized that she's just been spacing out and she just, what are you doing? Like, oh,
She
Okay.
definitely
Then-
dissociates for a minute and then comes back.
Sure.
It's a
okay.
longer process for her mentally than it is for you in the physical realm, but
Sure.
it's noticeable within a conversation that she just kind of blanks out for a minute.
then
Know whether or not
he'll-
you know that is a premonition or it's Jem just spacing the fuck out. It's a question you need to ask.
That's true.
we know she has some
Although
gem
we do know that
moments.
she has them because she has obviously let us know about a couple very big ones.
Very much so.
Jem, what was earlier? What happened? You kind of spaced out?
I was trying to see Alice, but I didn't see Alice.
What did you see?
I saw Mardi Gras, but not Mardi Gras. It was like old Mardi Gras.
Okay. Okay.
And then I saw the Baron,
What?
and then he winked at me.
Bag, book,
Bag is there.
I stopped anxiety drumming just to.
book is there? Or
Sorry,
no?
the book is there, yes.
No, I don't like that. Okay, he'll just kind of like touch it, and
Smell
then take
of
his
rum
and then take his
and
hand out of his.
cigars. The smell of rum and cigars hits you, both evenly matched at this point.
Has Siren ever smelled this?
Siren has not.
What's wrong with you two?
The only one that can smell it at the moment is
Is
Jace.
Jace.
Fuck.
Hey, what's
Okay.
wrong with you one? Like,
Just we're being looked after, or something.
feels more like or something, given
It should be
everything
fine.
about us.
It should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, well, okay. Then maybe if you were trying to see Alice and you saw old Mardi Gras, then maybe we're on the right page as far as going to the where it starts and stops. But if anybody were to know anything about this, it would probably be Grin.
And as you say
Um,
that, you get a text on your phone with a question mark from Iris.
He just responds back the grimacing emoji and then the thumbs up emoji.
She sends
I
you
feel
back
like
a check and then like the face palm.
I feel like at this point they've all downloaded a bunch of extra packs of emotes, and we just
Yeah.
have the Cheshire Cat emote for Grin. Like that, we just know it's just the
Oh, so
Oh,
Cheshire
no,
Cat
no, no.
smile.
You said grimace, like, oh shit.
No, I know,
Like,
but
have
it
the
just so you know, we've got
Also
this.
true.
Like,
Also true.
for Grin
Yeah.
specifically.
You guys all have access to Jiffy, 100%.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so that it'll just be that. Are we just gonna ask Grin about Alice, or are we going to try and ask about a fucking antediluvian?
Well, I'm going to ask him for something, but I figured Wolverine was just going to start asking questions.
You know what? Fair.
We're just here for the escort mission this time around. I feel
You
like.
know what?
I guess.
Fair. That way, if he fucks it up, it's on him.
For meta reasons. That way, if Jace doesn't do magic in the graveyard that haunted us the first time,
Good luck having that happen.
Yeah, no, I feel like we can go an entire episode without pushing a button.
So you guys, is there any other conversation planning that you guys want to have? Okay, so you guys arrive, and the unnamed driver, we'll call him Logan, who looks like the exact opposite of anyone who could be named Logan in Wolverine. And Siren falls out of her seat.
Tried to scoot my chair forward and it got caught on the carpet and I fell.
So he comes around and opens the door for Siren as she kind of just like falls out a little bit. And you guys arrive, and then very quickly the Harley turns its ignition off and is right behind you. And you guys are on the I want to say the front porch, but you guys are right in front of the gates of Norland St. Louis Cemetery, number 1.
Well, if the dead weren't awake before, that would have woken them up.
And there's a homeless man wearing fatigues.
No!
Sitting
I was
out front.
just about to ask about that person.
Nope.
Jace will pull out a 1 to be able to give it to the dude.
That's the entry fee. We don't know how much it is. We know you'll get it back though.
That's true.
Do the fatigues look? Do I think he is a vet?
You get the impression that he is not a vet. Just
You can also probably
stance
tell we've
and
dealt with this
demeanor-
before.
The stance and demeanor that this guy has, he's not kindred.
Sure.
You see him kind of grunt as he stands up to take the dollar bill.
So,
And the fatigues are mix matched.
Okay.
Not only are they date mix matched, they are branch mix matched. He's got old school army fatigues from like the 80s, and he's got a new Marine digital camo top on.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of generation and regardless of what you could purchase, most veterans are not going to wear different branches of clothing.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
And he gets up and he goes, he just kind of nods to you, Jace, and he opens the door and walks away. Opens the gate.
Yeah. Well, shall we?
All right. Lead the way.
when we go in, she's gonna knock one of the bricks, get some dust, and put it in her pocket.
I like it.
What are they there?
Jace, are you using anything special while you're here?
Fuck no. Not
Fuck
yet.
you! Come on, man!
Not yet.
I'm just
Not-
asking.
Damn it!
Not yet.
I asked last time. I'm going to ask this time.
You did,
You're not
and
gonna.
we'll see what happens.
And you guys do. You guys walk through it. Now, are you looking specifically for Grin? Are you looking for where you guys saw him last time?
Did Victor ever tell us what clan Alice was a part of?
No.
Did not. The only thing that he let slip was that she is not Malkavian.
Yep.
They are not Malkavian.
Yep.
But at times they have the sight. Now,
Yep.
whether that's spiritual or as metaphysical, but either whether that's spiritual or whether that is kindred, you haven't clarified.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, fuck it. Let's see if there's anybody here at all. And then if not, we can go up to the mausoleum that Grin was lounging on last time.
You guys walk around, and the only people that you guys see are like crewmen for like sweeping the leaves up and cleaning up the cemetery, and some are picking weeds, some are cleaning graffiti off of some of the mausoleums and some of the headstones. But that's the only people that you really see until you get to the mausoleum. The mausoleum.
As we're walking, can I now knowing that there's some lore that we've been looking at? Last time we were here, there were some that were like less well tended than others. Can I see if there's a section of the graveyard like actively walled off at all? Like some shit got turned up here. We haven't had a chance to repair it yet, or if it's just kind of.
What are you doing sitting around?
Why do you do this?
I don't like this at all.
I just farted in my cat's face.
It was payback.
Oh my God.
What does that smell in my graveyard?
I have to go home. I don't like this.
Can I try something?
Good evening. We came.
Interesting. Victor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
You're on business, or could only be pleasure.
No, I don't know if it's either. They don't let me do business quite the same way as I used to.
Times change.
And they'll change again.
Always. What brings you around these little ones?
Well, little ones are very well connected, and I needed a few more touchstones than I currently have.
And for everyone who hasn't met Grin yet, Grin, for all intents and purposes, if you go to the Discord, be sure to drop you some goodness. I don't want to actually say what he looks like to me. A very large brick shit house of a scaly green, large grinned man that you probably could see as a supervillain in some Marvel comics with Peter Parker. Very much of that.
I was going to say the DC, please sue me, DC, for saying this. Killer Croc from the Arkham games, because he has like a human head.
Yeah,
you know?
very. And that's the thing is like you've heard of the gangrel in the city having like they actually have the form of a crocodile, or in this area an alligator. This is just scaly, green, bald, huge grin, which is where he gets his name from, almost ear to ear. So you've brought me a friend. We'll say friend.
Always a friend until I'm not, but let's stick with friend for now. Looking for another friend. They kind of stand out on occasion. You ever meet Alistair? Sorry, this is Cody looking up the name that he wrote down because it's important.
Now, if there's an Alistair named Alistair, I'm going to write.
I genuinely didn't realize that Alistair was like a title or a role. I would not have done
Listen,
that.
If we were playing like
Albert,
8th generation,
Allie,
I named myself Siren, knowing there was a feeding type called that, and not choosing that type. So, like,
yes,
Like this is the who's on first of vampires.
yeah,
exactly.
Right?
so
Yeah.
So
boost dice and all.
So I lost it. Alistair Abernathy.
when you say
Aberboy.
when you say Alistair Abernathy,
Sure.
are you looking for the one from London?
Yeah, same one.
And he gets a little bit closer. Now, this is intimidating for the rest of you. Victor, not so much. This isn't the first time that somebody bigger and stronger and probably of age but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Jem she always has that rope, 3 feet of rope on her. She is just going at it like it's a rosary.
Just like a worry stone with like a rosary. Yeah, a rosary, yeah.
Yeah.
They were here once a few months ago. Poking and snooping. Didn't do her research before they came here. He was looking for something long buried. Are you looking for the same?
Nope. Don't care about what's buried. Buried shit stays buried. Not my issue. Just want to see my friend. Make sure that they haven't met the true death. And if they have, pay my respects.
As far as I know, they still walk the nights. But the information they paid for led her away from the cemeteries and the graveyards.
Don't suppose in all of the darkness and all of your keen ears and sharp eyes, you would know which direction it did lead her.
In the one that I pointed her to. How are you all doing? Little witch, how are those eyes?
As keen as ever.
Learned anything new?
Every day.
Mm-mm. Jim, how? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm not interrupting him if he's got things to say. Keep
Jim,
going.
Jim, how is your sire? I haven't seen him in a few nights.
He's good. I haven't seen him either. Do you need me to pass a message?
Tell him Brooklyn 9-9.
Okay.
Feels like a dangerous show for him
Cool.
to binge.
That's a great show.
I mean, it's going to be a delight, but
Little song, but go ahead, Jim. No.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir,
Yes.
I wanted to offer you something. As you know, we have recently, 6 months ago, come into possession of a bar, and we're looking to expand a bit into like munchies, and I wanted to, like, once a month or something, do a soup kitchen kind of thing, and I was wondering if we could make that available for your people, but I didn't want to step on any toes or make it seem like we were pandering. I figure.
Are you pandering?
No, but I figure, we're all kind of here together, and sometimes we all need a hand. And if I can offer one, I'd really like to. Sir, we would like to.
Are you in contact with Lucy? Our little shadow.
I mean, I can be. I'm not great at texting one-handed, but I can get her if you need me to.
Tell her when you have time. She has my permission to help you arrange that.
Oh, thank you. That's really rad of you, sir. Oh, and did you like the music?
It was delicious, thank you.
Can I do an inside check?
Mhm.
Because that is
Go ahead.
that record is many things, but I would not call it delicious. What the fuck is insight? I mean, isn't that
Composure, insight,
isn't that a question, kids?
I would guess.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. What? Sorry. I'm
Yeah,
like
we'll say
right on my
composure,
microphone.
insight. That's fine. You're very. It's to keep your calm and to try to put the words together. And
Yeah, my thoughts would be wits insight or composure insight. Yeah, or charisma insight, but that seems dumb.
I just tend to put the ability that it's the column
Yeah.
usually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the column is the best bet, especially when if it's a situation that would require you to maintain your composure.
I got 2 successes.
2 successes. You see his grin, and you realize that you haven't actually spoken to your old boss in a while.
Oh no.
No, whether whether they're okay or not. You have no idea.
She immediately texts Jerry.
Okay. Chad is asking what record. So in the very first episode when we were here, and we'll get to you in a second, Siren. In the very first episode, they all came to meet some of the primogens. They came here to the St. Louis Cemetery and met the Nos primogen. Jace turned on his sense the unseen, saw some ghosts. That's why he gets followed around a little bit. Addison gave his business card with his
address.
phone number and first and last name and
mistake.
business address.
Social.
A list of his biggest fears.
Yeah, phobias, blood type. It was everything.
Password to his
Maiden
MySpace
name.
page.
And gave
Yeah.
this to the Nosferatu. Now, the Nosferatu, if you guys haven't played Vampire the Masquerade, is they are named for the Nosferatu in the movie Nosferatu. Disfigured, repulsive in a lot of ways to look at. Will never by anyone be defined as beautiful, even by our lovely monster fuckers who are in chat and in the World Wide Web. However, they are the spies. They are the ears. They are the eyes. They know all, and at least that's what they want you to think, regardless if they ever share that information or share that they have information that they won't even give you. It's always safe to assume that the Nos know more than you have told them. So giving them freely given information can be used against you. This was
And-
demonstrated by a Nos showing up at Addison's apartment and was like, we can use this at any time unless you do this. Then he offered them a chance to be runway models. And then Jem took one of those business cards from Addison and wrote a record and the location of the store that she used to work at that sold records
Sila
and music.
Dini?
And yeah.
Yeah, she gave him, it's specifically the illusionary movements of Gerard and Nazu by J. Ralph, and the song, if you want to put it on a playlist, is called 1,000,000 Miles Away. It's one of my favorites, but it felt very cemetery-y without being too without being too like on the nose.
And the little songbird.
Jerry.
Let me ask you this. Why did you leave the drumsticks? Those could be taken in a variety of ways. Why those?
I have to roll a check around the Nos.
You personally do not.
Yes, I do not, but I did last time, so I didn't know if I needed to
You
try.
to try to pretend if it bothers you? Yes.
Mhm.
But I was just assuring you that you did not actually
Yes,
have
no,
to
I know
roll.
I didn't actually, but yes.
So as you respond, go ahead and roll a willpower, compose revolve.
Yeah.
Actually, no. What was it last time? It was because charisma, persuasion. I want to say.
Yeah, we'll do that. So that's all the dice. Cool. That's 6 dice. Just gonna use some boons. No, I'm not using any boons. That's 6 dice. All the successes. Holy shit. Okay, 4 of those were a success.
Okay, as long as you beat. Was any of those critical success?
No, sadly. I got a 9 was the highest one.
Okay. He steps a little bit closer to you. And you don't see it. But you don't see him reach for something behind his back until he brings it up to your face. I think we should talk. You play a different song than some. And hands you the drumsticks back.
So you didn't like the songs?
Tell Vegas that I would be indebted to him for a few words of wisdom and explanation. And he turns back to you, Victor. So, since I am actually intrigued in something new, I sent her away from the cemeteries in search of information that only money can buy.
Oh, that's easy. Things with a price. All right. Which direction was that?
And he points, and in the skyline, you see, for all intents and purposes, Ventru Tower.
Oh, it's a little bit of a dick move.
We have an arrangement, and there's only so much that this ground can provide.
All right. Well, not walking in that front door and walking out the same. So, let's talk another arrangement. I'm sure you have ways in and out that aren't door related.
Always.
I'd be disappointed if you didn't. And since we're talking things with monetary value, how much do you know about my particular monetary value?
What you're worth. Yeah, you have always, and correct me if I'm wrong, your worth is always based on your actions.
That's how I earned my worth. But I actually have a secret even from Mighty Nos. Oh, I'm so excited about this. This makes me feel good. This is kind of a big deal. It's a big moment for me. Not big on secrets, so you know. But I do
He's
have
proud
one.
of himself. He's like, well, this.
I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool.
Good job, Victor. Good job.
Yeah.
And
It's
Grin,
done, buddy.
Grin lives up to his name. It says, where does your worth lie?
He's gonna look at Grin, and he's gonna look back at the baby vamps. I guess it's a moment of truth, isn't it? I could be forthcoming with you. You know how to keep secrets. These three, just met them, pretty new. Also, I don't know if they like me very much. I'm tough to like. So what do you think, Grin? Do you need a private conversation for this, or is it going to be public property?
And he looks to each one of you. Are they useful to you?
I think so.
And he very nonchalantly lists out the address to Lissav. He lists out the address to the Mardi Gras warehouse. He lists out the address to the ancient site, the address to the chantry. And Siren, it takes a minute, but he lists out a address to every single goal that you have.
It takes a
Minute.
long fucking minute.
It takes a minute.
Just
It
hold
saves
on,
time
put
that
on
most
glasses.
of them
Are in the
most of
same
them-
area.
that he just lists the VFW address and then the YMCA address as like
Got it. All right. Jesus. All right. Fine. God. Okay.
if they're used to you, they're used to me.
Fantastic. How many blood alchemists you guys keep under contract for you?
I'm not telling you that.
But enough is
Always.
the answer I'm looking for. There you go. So how much is How much is unbondable vitae for you?
And he looks at Jace. And he looks back at you. What ration of supply are we talking? Are we talking a few nights? A few months?
All right, so we're haggling over price. If we're talking a few months, then I want the whole rat army. If we're talking a few nights, I just need a guide to point me in.
All of this to find the London Seeker.
All of this to find a friend.
Fair.
How many of those do you have left?
More so after tonight. And he
Glad to hear
actually walks, he turns his back, walks a few feet away, and disappears from vision. And you guys are left alone for a minute or two to have a conversation if you'd like to have a conversation.
Jem is staring at her phone, waiting for Jerry to text her back.
Understood.
Not that he ever will. No, I'm kidding.
I didn't say
waiting for a dead man. to
Just,
fucking text
just looks
her.
over to the left. There's a new gravestone that's just been
It just
put
says
in.
Jerry.
Just Jerry. In italics.
Just as a heads up, as soon as he pointed to the towers, Jace's phone was out and group chat was we might be on our way. Try to be decent.
Try to act like you've been there before is what he just said.
No, like we
haven't
might
been
be on
there
our way
before.
to the Venture Tower. So try to be clothed and not be tied up by your fucking sire. That's what that
it's
was.
just brilliant that after all you've seen of Rebecca Chase, you think that what's going on is just kinky sex.
I mean,
that's
it's
absolutely
not.
not what's
No.
happening.
Like that's
No,
not.
I
But that's
just-
what we like to tease Addison about.
Yeah,
What is
it's just-
happening?
We heard
Step
the
on me,
underwear
mommy.
story.
Yeah.
Okay. We
We'd
heard
like
that
to think that that's what's happening. Like
he's just filling out paperwork like a poor.
Yeah.
Like
that's our he's in a farm upstate version of what's actually happening.
So
he's being whipped within an inch of his life. No, he's just stamping forms denied, approved.
Yeah.
Like
so you send the text off and there's no initial reply.
That's fine. That's fine.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
so you could have just waltzed right goddamn in here and reconnected with an old friend, and you just a thought.
I could have, maybe. And he might have liked me, or he might not have liked me. Grin's very mercurial like that. But now we all get to be friends. And more friends is, well, better.
I feel like you
Also-
should be saying friends with a capital F. Say it right.
Also, waltzing places with you guys makes things easier.
Valid and fair. It's that coterie mentality.
Well, I mean, you guys are quite the new generation, aren't you? Just purely by siredom, familial line, as it were. It's impressive. Everybody decided that they were going to have kids at the same time so they could, you know, go to swim class together or take gymnastics or what have you. So run a bar.
Are you essentially calling us the sisterhood of the traveling pants?
I
These
have
kids whose
no
parents are
idea
friends and
what that is, but it seems like your parents are friends. At the very least, they're co-workers. And if I'm not mistaken, you all are sired relatively close together.
I don't know
Possibly.
when they were sired. I wasn't there.
That's good. But I'm saying, you guys are all doing the learning kindred life together, right?
Yeah.
It's a generational thing, and I have to imagine that Prince and Sheriff and well, everyone else didn't decide to sire a bunch of child heir like on a whim. It's not like you guys could be accident babies, right? You know, it's not a kind breeding situation.
They didn't just get bored and
There's some
just 9
planning
months later
that
we're here.
goes into siring. Yeah. So, you know, I
I'm
don't,
not gonna talk.
Jace,
I'm
had
not
you
gonna talk.
thought of that before?
No, it wasn't that. It's just the bargain that you were striking.
Oh.
Hmm.
What about it?
Just interesting. That's all.
Oh. Well, hopefully that tells you how important this is to me.
Hey,
Yeah,
can I ask you
sure.
something?
Yeah.
First of all, I want to apologize for my behavior earlier.
I'm actually, I'm not upset. You don't need to. I put a sticker on her forehead. You protected your haven.
Thank you. Put it on my hand.
There you go.
'Cause I'm not a fucking child. God. Scratch, snap.
Put it on her nose.
Okay.
That was just cute. Come on.
So this isn't meant to be like a weird pointed question, so I hope you don't take this as like you specifically, and
Sure.
she kind of like gets a little closer. Are we able to have friends when we're your age?
It's hard.
Because I didn't think that we could.
You know, and for the first time, Victor looks at Jem and tries to figure out what age, at what year she was turned.
I'll never tell because I haven't necessarily decided.
But
When did you-
she's relatively young.
You
like
get the
yeah,
impression
yeah.
that just giving a fuck about friendship and community and socialization is
What?
not of your generation. Not of somebody who was born and bred
Yeah, but she's
during
relatively young.
wartime. Yeah.
yeah. And he's gonna. You know, the thing is that it's hard. It's hard to make friends. Harder to keep friends. But when you have them, you'll go through anything for them.
And like, you care?
Yeah, I care. I mean,
Like,
it's different. But there are people throughout your entire life that are going to remind you what it's like to be human.
oh,
Because, no offense, someday everybody you used to know is going to be dead.
I know. I think Jerry's gone.
But you build relationships with other kindred, new kind. And you know, the thing is, even kindred that are on opposite sides, kindred that hate each other to the very core, sometimes that hatred is more valuable because you get to feel something.
But you do feel.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel different. Sometimes less, sometimes more. The things that are less are way less. Things that are more, way more.
By the way, what's your name?
Victor.
Like Frankenstein?
I mean, that was more of a Victor.
No,
I'm
that's
more of
Velasco from Barefoot in the Park.
I mean, pretty sure the V's are W's. At least they were when I was there.
The way you're chomping on those W's. Has that come out yet? Has Crystal Skull come out yet? Are we living in a hellish nightmare where Crystal Skull is part of Indiana
Yeah.
Jones canon?
Crystal Skull. It's one
in
of
this
those
universe,
things.
it doesn't exist.
In this universe, the person that had the idea for Crystal Skull
Was Jerry, and he's been
had been
86.
turned into a kindred
Okay.
and had met his final death before anything
Okay.
even
Good.
close to the Crystal
Okay.
Skull movie had ever come to
Good.
fruition.
I like this timeline. I'm good.
This is best timeline.
This is
Inquisition can come for me. At least Crystal Skull didn't exist.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck it. Okay. It's nice to meet you, Victor.
Victor. It's Victor.
I thought it would wobble you.
Wasn't born there. Just spent some time there.
And with that, you hear the footsteps coming behind you, Jace. Large, heavy footfalls.
Uh-huh.
We all spent time there, at least once in a blue moon. So, 3 nights. Unbondable blood. For 3 boons. The information is yours. The boons are theirs.
Did my information count against their boons?
And let them be privy to the information.
I just want to make sure we're all clear on the deal. I don't want it to be a 3 minus 1 plus 1,
No.
1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
The
Sort of.
deal is information to all 4 of you.
Great.
In return for your blood, you will get the information. In return for their boons, they will hear the information. This does not extend to Addison. There's like, all right, go.
No, I mean, not a whole lot we can do about it. So
Yeah. What are my options right now? Fight a Primogen and Wolverine.
Victor kind of thinks I'm going to say silently judges them for taking the deal. Without their coterie brother, but genuinely,
To be
it's
fair,
more-
he took $100,000 without us the first time that we all
Yeah,
it's,
that's
it's
true.
about time.
absolutely. So it's not like a judgment thing, but it's like a Victor will remember this.
What's funny is immediately when they all just kind of nod or Jem gives the
Mhm.
thumbs up, you see the spark of recognition on Grim at the same time.
Hmm.
If you tell him, I will exact a boon from your sires. If you bring him in to me, we can work out something.
1 point. You don't get the blood. until I'm safely out of that tower.
Fair. Do you have the blood tonight?
I'll give you a 1-night down payment.
I'll
The
give you the
rest
building
of-
location.
All right. And the entrance.
That is the building location.
Great. So a down payment. I come out of the tower. The other 2 nights paid upon delivery.
We can do that.
Hi, Raid. This is the weirdest chess game ever you've just come into. What's
Welcome.
up?
Hello,
Welcome.
Fangs of New York, you wonderful fucking kindred. I
Aw.
appreciate all of you.
Yeah.
You guys are absolutely amazing. We appreciate every single time that you guys come in. And first time chatters, I love it to see it. Good grief, George just followed us. If you guys don't know, then you're not
Hey.
on TikTok. Welcome, everybody. So tonight we have a special guest. He is Victor, played by Cody. He's the GM of most, if not every, I think every single other.
Yeah.
Currently, yes.
yeah.
But
Well,
I just a quick announcement.
Yeah.
I think our very own Jace is going to be GMing something throughout the month of October,
For
his
and
First time.
so if you
Few
enjoy
horror
the
times.
spooks, that's going to
come
be his.
join as I
Yeah.
spook
Make sure you follow
spooks and
us.
players and myself.
Yeah,
while
join our
playing.
Discord for those kinds of announcements and also our out of context
Yeah.
gift chat that spells out all of these games live. It's hilarious.
100%.
Mhm.
And so thank you guys for letting us shill to you. As you guys know, because you're just coming over Fangs, it is September, and every sub adds to the boon or the beast, to the player's aid or to the aid of myself and the rest of the world. Give it to the beast. So tonight, our Camarilla kindred fledglings, minus one of our players tonight, have met their first, well, really their first Bruja and then their first Anarch as well, in the city of New Orleans.
I'm popping cherries all over this fucker, right? Just
Looking for
everywhere.
Ew.
looking for his friend, and of course our super soft-hearted coterie who hasn't learned to not do silly things without talking to other people have said yes, we will help you, and they're meeting the Primogen for the Nosferatu, and they just came to an arrangement where, for some interesting mercantile greatness, is exchanged information on where his friend was last pointed to. I will say, though, the information that you're asking will not be enough. The building itself you could walk right into. But a location inside, unless you have a plan for that as well. But you are you, so you have your secrets.
I'm full of surprises. All right. If I think I have some payment for you out in the saddlebags. One of your underlings would like to fetch it and give them the key.
And then while the coterie might be thinking that he's talking about them, and he might have been, the man from the front gate appears from behind the mausoleum and walks past you all. And stops at Victor and holds out a hand, catches it, and walks straight to the front gate that he usually mans. Is there anything like you guys would like to talk about before he arrives back?
Make a phone call real quick. I'd like to call Sela D.
You are just trying to reach Jerry. Jerry is dead. Stop telling people I'm dead.
Not dead yet.
I can still hear him on the other end of the phone sometimes.
Hello? Is Jerry there?
There's no answer at CLD. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. CLD is not open at midnight, correct?
Like,
I mean, it might be. Okay, then I'll call his phone.
There's no answer.
At least it didn't. It did. At least it rang.
It did ring. It did. No one picked up.
He's just a heavy sleeper.
it's called do not disturb mode. It goes on after 11 p.m. Jeez.
So, very shortly, the man returns, and he holds out what I'm assuming is a vial.
Yeah.
He extends a vial to Grin. Grin takes it with his abnormally and humongously, enormously. I'm just look. We've had
Abnormously. I'm honest.
It's abnormal and enormous hands. Grabs it, and then just like every other NPC in my games, tucks it in his jacket pocket. Because this large lizard man has a jacket pocket. They all do.
Good.
You either have a satchel or you have bag space in any game that I play.
Perfect.
We love it. We love to see it.
We love Sway's games. They come with pockets.
They come with pockets.
How's your campaign going? It has
Pocket.
pockets.
I'm so here for this energy. And he looks at you, Victor, and Grin does, and he nods. Rock Cafe.
I'm just, Victor's gonna take a look around, read the energy in the room, and go, cool.
Tight.
That's a proper response to everything the players just did that the characters also absolutely fucking did just then.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. Because it's been a few nights. Would anybody have tried to get the information out of Addison about his secondary task?
No.
No.
Fair
That's
enough.
his.
That's what I'm trying to
If
get out
he
of it.
chose not to text it, we are not pushing.
Well, also,
So-
like that's his baby. If he wants us to help him, then
I'm, just,
we will.
I'm not
gladly.
saying he would have given you the information. I'm asking if anybody
absolutely,
would
yeah.
request. So
Yeah.
the knowledge that you have of the Hard Rock Cafe was that you all were potentially going to be the new owners of the Hard Rock Cafe. Can't talk tonight. Hard Rock Cafe.
The HRC.
Under
He did say that he had something there.
He did
Yes.
say, he did mention
In front of
in
Iris.
the last game that he had something to attend to at the Hard Rock. And that you guys could have bought the Hard Rock or could have been leased the Hard Rock
Yes.
by the Ventru. And pretty much Addison said, fuck that.
Yeah.
So you guys put the connection between Ventru Tower. It's not what it's called, but it's just what you guys call it, Ventru Tower. And the Hard Rock is that, yep, definitely Ventru.
Yep.
It's about to get a lot harder to leave him out of this conversation.
Yep.
Would
He
you like to
doesn't-
extend a boon to your little suit? Any one of you.
I will.
Interesting.
Think long and hard about that.
Boon
Doesn't that-
extended, boon accepted. 2 boons from Gem.
Huge boons.
Huge boons.
Huge tracks of boons.
I mean, you do have like the super duper attractive trait, so
that's right. I'm
huge
like
boons.
super fucking
Everyone but
pretty.
Jace.
super boony.
Boons for days.
Boons for
Hard Rock Cafe. The Ventru. It's set to open up here soon. Because in my world, it didn't crash and fucking collapse like it did in real life.
They didn't try to put a fucking basement in.
Yep. Also, Crystal Skull didn't happen.
Yeah, we are in the best timeline. But Brooklyn Nine-Nine still exists.
Yes.
9-9.
Nine-Nine?
Is there anything else, Victor, that you would like to know?
Well, I mean, practical mind is aflutter with details that would be helpful. However, not my boons to ask, not my place. If I can find a way in, my best to find a way out. I have some thoughts. Can hire some computer savvy kind. I think they did like whole movies about getting in and out of casinos. And I think I just need like 11 other
12
people.
good men. Yeah.
Yeah. And as far as I understand it, movies with 12 good men always end well. I mean, Dirty Dozen, 12 Angry Men.
Jurors.
12 Angry Jurors. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Super easy.
Nothing can go wrong there.
Barely
at
an
all.
inconvenience.
Feel free to inform Addison. Let him know.
All
It
right.
might be your best way in.
It might be. We'll see. Grin, you have been tremendously kind. I hope the next time that I see you, I have seen and recovered what is, hopefully, my still undead friend, and that I have 2 more vials for you. But if I have to stop by before that, in a desperate moment, I'll make sure to bring a gift.
Pay your fee. And then he turns and walks away, and in pure Grin fashion, he climbs like one-hand orangutan up on top of a mausoleum, and he disappears.
He
You
knows
guys
how to
left.
make an exit. Like
Oh,
I'm just
girl,
saying, it's a good exit.
Had a lot of time to practice.
Yeah. Well,
Next episode is just behind the scenes of Grin just like leaping.
The training
Just
montage
training.
from Grin.
That's how you get to be Primogen of the Nosferatu. Can you do a one-arm pull-up?
Yeah.
Can you do American Ninja Warrior just on the one arm though? Like that.
Yeah.
That's it.
well, it's that combined with the Batman vanish,
Oh,
which
absolutely.
is
You
like
go slightly out of frame and you're gone.
yeah, you have to go out of frame, and you're like hiding behind the trash can really until everybody walks away. Then you're like, okay, cool.
I can leave now. Yeah.
Yep.
He's
How does he
actually
do
just
that? And he just
He's flat on top of the mausoleum.
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
Honda salesman. Where did he go? He's right there. Like,
Who knows? So you guys are left in St. Louis Cemetery, number 1. All alone. And as you
So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you know, and
Please
as
continue.
you turn to talk to them and look around, like even the leaf pushers, the cleaning crew, the crewmen are
Mhm.
not to be seen.
As we start to make our way out, I'm gonna pull a Sorkin for a little walk and talk action.
Just gonna grab a bagel real quick. All right, let's go.
Yeah, cool. So, this Hard Rock Cafe issue, on a scale of, I don't know, 1 to fucked, how fucked am I?
we don't know yet. That's the problem. It is Schrodinger's fucking.
Oh,
You could be at a 1. You could be at a. Oh shit! This is the end. We don't
Well,
know yet.
let's be real. It's a Ventrue place, right? And it's a casino. Casinos are notoriously fucking pains in the asses. And as far as Ventrue go, well, I think the less I say about that, the better.
With Addison's help, probably not too fucked. But we'll see if we'll see what we can do as far as trying to maintain the least amount of fucking as possible.
On the fucking spectrum, we're gonna try to keep it at the low end, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Like first base. So not even. So
Well,
not even.
At the moment, we are Jesus's loophole.
So fucking each other in the ass?
which simultaneously makes us fucked, but also not fucked.
That song's going to be stuck in my head all goddamn night.
As a note, have we made our way out of the cemetery?
As we're walking, yeah.
Okay, I would like, go ahead.
No, as you guys are walking and talking, if you guys have made it to the gate, you guys have made it to the gate.
Perfect.
Car.
Once we are out of the gate, I want to turn on Sense the Unseen and look at her drumsticks because I want to make sure they're not weird and fucked.
You turn on Sense the Unseen.
Caitlin
I'm
pulls out
making
her
sure
real
that-
drumsticks as though this is going to be affected.
And I'm
Look at them,
making sure
Matthew.
that
Tell me
I'm
what's
at
wrong with
least
them.
outside of the cemetery. I know that like ghosts don't care about walls, but still.
So we have a prediction going on as well. So as you sense the unseen and your back is to the cemetery, you look and they're perfectly fine.
Okay. Turn it right back off.
You feel a cold breeze on your neck as you do.
Yeah, that tracks.
Hey,
Like you can't say fucked in the prediction. You had to say how troubled are they.
Yeah.
That's wholesome.
It's not my channel.
Hey, Jays,
Yeah.
can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Don't tell Addison what I did.
All right.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask him for a hug.
Why
That's
would I
usually-
ask him for a
You-
hug?
It's usually the attitude when Jem asks for favors recently. It's been, can you hug me?
Not in front of you.
No, that's a Caitlin question. That
Oh,
wasn't.
okay.
Sorry, that was me genuinely
Matthew
asking.
also
okay.
thought
Yeah,
that was what that was gonna be.
I was ready.
Yeah, that's your thing to explain when it comes up.
I don't think it has to come up, really.
It probably will, whether you want it to or not. Secrets have a way of coming up, no matter how hard you're trying to hide them. Whether for good or bad, just because it's a secret doesn't mean that it's a bad thing.
I hope that's not true.
Only one way to find out.
Sad.
So you guys
So
calling a Uber, calling a
We have a car.
a Duber. He's not.
Call-
there.
I was about
Calling
to
a
say,
Kyle?
yeah, calling a Kyle.
Oh,
Yeah.
This one,
Yeah,
is a red car next to his. Oh, he's usually nearby.
do we want to go to the Hard Rock tonight, or do we want to make that a tomorrow thing?
Feels like a tomorrow problem.
All right, let's at least text Addison and tell him that if he, and I'll just pull out my phone and say, if possible, meet at the bar tomorrow.
if not, we're coming to you.
Yeah, I mean, just because I'd prefer not to.
We've been
talk
trying to
about
reach
this
you
via
about your
text.
car's
Car's
extended
extended
warranty.
Oh my god.
Next step
Yeah.
is personal contact.
Yeah,
And you get the shrug emote.
and try harder. If not, see you tomorrow anyway.
He immediately sends the. You see ... like he's typing, and then it goes away.
Fair enough.
She'll text Lucy. Hey, Grin said to tell Dad Brooklyn 99.
Eye roll
Because I don't.
emoji.
What?
The eye roll emoji.
Because I don't have Dad's number. It's always blocked, right?
It's always unknown. Like when you get a text.
So fucking rude. It's like he doesn't want me.
It's
Oh.
almost like he's the prince of a city and probably doesn't want everybody to have his phone number.
Everybody, I'm his fucking kid. What the
You're
fuck?
real easily killed and kidnapped. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
That makes you a target and then easily a
Rude.
victim if you know the stuff.
What is this easy bullshit? Like I work in a public place that any motherfucker could just walk into?
And an office that anyone can apparently just walk into if they have the right bravado.
He didn't have the right bravado.
That's
I
right.
didn't let him.
You just did it anyway. As we get to our respective vehicles, mainly Kyle's car and the motorcycle,
This one is a
Thank you.
red. This one is a bright red Jeep that is clearly he painted Mini Cooper red because like he really
Good.
wanted that color, but on a bigger car.
It's really weird though, because like they're all named Kyle, and it's like, did you hunt these guys down specifically? Is this her Ventru type? Is it
No,
like
I found
Kyle?
Kyle.
on a table
People
once.
named Kyle.
No, it was a group of people playing cards, and they were all hanging out and seemed to get along well. And then she realized they'd all started sitting together because they were all named Kyle.
Yeah.
She was like, "Well,
Yeah.
this is easy."
She went to a Kyle convention.
Convention.
It was the
Yeah.
fight. It was the
One true
the
Kyle.
one true Kyle fight.
Yeah.
It was-
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever won, she
J-
lost. She turned. Yeah.
Yeah, Jace will just as we get to our vehicles. Well, Victor, I think tomorrow we ride. I don't know. That sounded like a fucking motorcycle thing to say. Tomorrow we can try and see what we can do about getting into the tower. But until then, let us know if you find out anything extra, I guess.
Do you have a place to stay?
I'm sure I can find one or afford one, but if you're offering,
Oh no, I wasn't at all. I was just curious.
Just want to know where you're sleeping at, bud. That's all.
Need to know
I'll
which
be
direction
fine.
the storm's coming from.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I'm gonna ask around a little more, see if just out of curiosity, Jace, since you seem to be the metaphysical type, if in your research about any of your things, might be worthwhile to know what Alice had stumbled on, if anything.
If we're able to find out any specifics, I'd be interested to know.
I'll see if I can send you over what emails of hers I had.
All right. And then Jace will just like fucking make up an email. And then tonight, whenever he goes back to the bar,
Brand new
he's gonna
Google account.
make a new Gmail that is whatever
Sure.
he just told Victor.
This is
enough.
my
Drop
burner
1, 2, 3,
email.
4
Basically, yeah.
gmail.com. Yeah. Throw away 4444444.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Code's my
basically.
real address
Yeah.
Notes.
at yahoo.com.
This definitely isn't a burner at yahoo.com.
Don't
Mm.
slam AOL.
I
My AOL
know.
email address still works.
I'm sure mine is still around, but it's a username that I got from Twisted Metal, the video game. So I don't think I'm
Oh,
gonna be
I
using it.
love Twisted Metal. That was one of my
Yes.
favorite
Let's
video
stop
games.
redoing Skyrim every other year and start
Just
like
start
bringing back
redoing-
fucking
Bring
Twisted
back a
Metal.
good old Twisted Metal, right? Yeah.
So that is where we are
I know
going.
what that game is.
That is where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you guys so much for showing up and giving all the crazy amount of fucking love tonight. And thank you, Cody, for stopping by. And
Yay!
if I can snatch you, we're probably going to have you for at least a while until you get sick of us.
I would love to be here. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for running with whatever weirdness I threw at the wall. I was like, something will stick. We'll just start chucking stuff.
So I'm actually going to go down the list and thank everyone who gave us some love tonight.
Please.
I'm actually, since we got a raid, Fangs of New York, thank you so much for that raid. Of all of your kindred, thank you so much. Good Grief George, Just a Ray of Sunshine, and Marginal Narcissist, thank you for the follows. We guys, we had a level 5 hype train tonight, 22 sub gifts, and 4 biddies. Commander,
Amazing.
thank you so much. Cyllin Fox, Tristan, thank you guys so much tonight for all the love. We could do this without you, but it wouldn't be nearly as much fun and nearly as rewarding if you guys didn't come and say hey and enjoy our show. So that's where we're going to leave it off tonight. Does anybody have anything to say? All right.
Still don't know where the possum is.
Keep us posted on that.
We are going to go ahead and raid. We are Nerdsmith. They're doing a Beast World tale for Dungeons and Dragons tonight. So I picked them because they are being followed by here at Rep RPG, and I like their fucking overlay. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we'll see you guys there. Make sure to go in and drop a whole bunch of love to them. And see you guys soon.
Raid.
And then we're going to go to break.